3773 or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
Market Wrap host Mo Ansari talks about the benefits of a financial advisor.
Not only the technicals and the fundamentals and the valuation, but you have to look at the macro picture. And that requires a lot of work where you're looking at the sectors and industries within the sectors. And then you find the stocks within the sectors that are doing better. And then you have to do the work on those individual stocks. And you sort of go to tons of sand before you find those nuggets of gold. And the discipline to do that continuously, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, that is the hard part. People become traders, but they have a job, they've got a family, they get distracted, and then you look at it 3 weeks later and it's all history. Like your personal trainer who keeps your health on check, this is why you need a financial advisor to keep your emotions in check.
If you need help keeping your investments on track, call pound 250 and say talk to Mo, or go to compact.com and click on the Get Started button. That's COMPAK.com.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor, funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA, SIPC.
500 apiece, you're going to time for 502 apiece. That's what I had, 150.
The best weekly auction is right here in Arizona. It's only a click of the mouse away from great deals on almost everything. Visit liquidateaz.com for weekly auctions on everyday household items, antiques from around the world, sports and non-sports cards, memorabilia and autographs, comic books, comic character collectibles, Native American, pots, jewelry, rugs, and sterling silver. Liquidateaz.com weekly auctions is the place for great deals on works of art, gold and silver, coins and U.S. currency, gold and sterling jewelry, vintage LP vinyl records, vintage electronics, ham radio, RC cars, planes, and boats. Interested in antique clocks, watches, and timepieces, or a wide variety of sports equipment, including hunting, fishing lures, poles, and gear. How about military collectibles, medals, uniforms, or helmets? All at liquidateaz.com. Looking to liquidate an estate? Liquidateaz.com can help with estate sales and consignment services. Liquidateaz.com for information.
Did you know that Constructors Bonding has been Arizona's leader in surety management for over 40 years? Hi, this is Dave McKee, president of Constructors Bonding, inviting you to learn how our team can deliver better bonding than anyone, anywhere. Contractors, developers, attorneys, car dealers, and hundreds of other industries turn to Constructors Bonding for their bond solutions. Call me personally at 602-432-5929 to learn how Constructors Bonding is your solution for better bonding.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
This is KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Tuesday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Keon Rose in the control room. You guys are on the Fanatic text line. And, of course, we're broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale, 888-368-1580. And listen, today is a good day for Keon. Today's a good day for Keon.
It's a great day for Keon.
He's got a W for his W's.
Hey, excuse me. Isn't that 3 wins in a row for the Washington football team?
That is 3 victories in a row.
Yeah, wow.
Why does he seem uneasy even now?
Well, you know who I root for. You know what this is about. I'm uneasy because it can't last.
Hey, you're only one game behind my Colts right now. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that
3 in a row
probably depress me more than it makes you happy. But come on, you have a lot to feel good about right now, Keon.
And I do feel good about it. I do feel good about it. I'm just a little uneasy as to how long it can last. But right now, as of today, 7th spot in the playoffs.
Now, listen, before we talk about probably the worst football game I've seen in a while from last night, we have other things we got to talk about. Now, I'm not trying to take away from your happiness, but you have to admit
it wasn't a good game.
That was a horrible game.
It was not a good. If it was not my team,
you'll have
I would
to
have stopped
search.
watching.
You'll have to search me on Twitter to find out exactly what I thought of that game.
It was a damn fine game because you know why? Keon's team won, and that's number 3 in a row. 3.
I was very happy for Keon. In fact, I almost texted him when I thought something that got overturned. I was about to like, what the bleep is up with your team, man? I guess I could have just sent that to you several times blindly over the course of the night.
And well, we had a few of the texters on Twitter asking me the same thing, and I don't have answers. Okay, what do you think? I have an explanation for why this team sometimes
nobody
just has the desire to play football with Benny Hill music as a backdrop. I don't know.
Well, listen,
was bad.
I was so happy, not only because Keon's team won, and that's 3 in a row for Keon's team, but that the Sea Loons went down in a pile of feathers
Even better.
once again. Go home, Go home, Pete.
I'm starting to feel sorry for Pete Carroll. But listen,
I'm
we're
not.
going to talk about that later.
This much right here.
We have much to discuss before we even get to Monday Night Football. We've got the weekly awards to give out right now. The weekly awards here for the Daily Blender. And congratulations to Lost Toby. He got 12 right, and he's the weekly overall winner in the Harmon Solar NFL Fan Pick'em contest. And he's going to get himself a nice NFL jersey. So congratulations to Lost Toby. Right now, as it stands in the NFL Fan Pick'em contest, the overall super fan leader, Cards Chappie, with 117 correct.
How about that? 117 correct.
It's a good run.
That?
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
But I still have 123. Bam!
Yeah.
I honestly was surprised.
I thought we were going to get through once one day.
I keep thinking I'm going to lose, the top spot, but it hasn't happened yet. Keon, you're right behind me, at least as far as the hosts and stuff, with 110.
I'll take it.
Basically, I could take a week off, and Keon still couldn't catch me.
Now he's just flexing. He's just flexing.
I know exactly what he's
flexing
doing.
on you now.
But I won't bring up anything else. All I'll say is the weekly results for the show. I had 10 right. Randy, you had 7. Keon had 8. Ralph had 6. And I'm betting he picked the Seattle Seahawks a couple of times to win. So that was a mistake. In the rankings, at least for the NFL Fan Pick'em contest right now, as I told you guys, Cards Chappie is in the lead for Superfan, listeners and stuff. He has with that 117, but behind him in second place, Monday QB 35 has 116, and then with 115, Raider Royce. And then after that, a couple of guys with 114 would be Mars Bars 805, Robert from Surprise. Hey, Navy Brad's in there. Killer Rabbit is in there with 114. After that, it's Rough Rob, Flip Flopping, and the Hefty Lefty. So any one of those guys are in striking distance. I'm sure there's probably about 10 more behind them in striking distance to win the whole $1,580 prize from Harmon Solar, or the $500 second prize. So keep at it, guys. Don't forget to do your picks. Just don't forget. Lacrosse guy seems to have a problem with somebody getting 12 right. He says 12 right. Was he drunk when he picked? I only got 5. Maybe you were drunk when you picked, and that's why you only got 5.
Now, is Lacrosse guy? Is he the guy that picked all of them before the season started?
No, that was Hefty Lefty.
Oh, that's right. Okay, Hefty Lefty. All right,
not damn bad considering. Now that thank you for reminding me. Jesus, Hefty Lefty, that's amazing. Yeah. Wouldn't it be something if he wins the whole damn thing, picking at the beginning of the season, never changing his picks? He would shame us all. I mean,
that would be incredible.
It's almost like he is already shaming us all.
Sort of. I mean, he's already ahead of me, so I feel a little bit ashamed.
Wow.
And it would also just change how much I feel like I know about the NFL.
Yeah, it's just picks. You know what I mean?
It is, and
it's been a weird year.
That's true.
It's been a weird year. So don't be too hard on yourself, but you are still 13 behind me. All right, so now it's time for the Daily Blender Fantasy Football scores, and the highest score in the league for the week it was my boy, Keanu Reeves. That's right, 189.7 over in League 2. The Daily Blender League's lowest score was almost Navy Brad, but lucky for him, the Dingleberries swept in with 44.85 over in League 8.
Ooh, wow.
And the highest point total in all leagues, still Fecal missed in League 8 with 1,887.7 points. So there you go.
By the way, what an epic name. Fecal Mist.
Fecal Mist.
What an epic name that is.
Between that and Cyril Figgis.
Cyril
You gotta love Fickle Mist. So those are the awards. And like I said, keep at it, everybody. Now, Randy, I wasn't here last week, but you won the damn week in the NFL Fan Pick'em contest.
It's because everybody had an off week.
No, I don't buy that for a second. It was before the holiday that you did that. So, all this times you're like, this is stupid. I'm no good at this. See what happens?
Well,
you keep trying, and there you go.
I didn't try that. That just, it happened.
Who did that for you?
Nobody did it for me.
Who filled out that sheet for you?
Cecil and I and some whiskey sat down, and that's the way I do it every week. Cecil the Wonder Dog, and I pour a glass of whiskey, and then I make my picks.
Hefty Lefty says, I'm really waiting for the week that gets me 2 picks. I feel like it's coming. You and me both. Now, Hefty Lefty, still much respect for you picking all the games at the beginning of the year, not changing your picks. That is amazing. I'm changing my picks right up till game time sometimes, and you're not far off behind me. Berg says, everybody just fade my picks if you want to win each week. Mission accomplished. Says, good afternoon, gentlemen, and go Suns. That's right, go Suns. Tonight is the big game. We're going to talk about Warriors and Suns a little bit later on, get kind of a preview of that. To me, that is huge. But it's going to be listen, I know it's not even, are we a third way? We're a third way through the season? Not even, right?
Not even.
No.
But it feels like a playoff game. You know what I mean? You got number 1, number 2. I feel like it's a playoff game. All right. So lacrosse guy says, I might try that this week, fading Berg. Boogie says, I'm 9 off the leader, not counting Jeffrey. Wait, hold on. You weren't. No, you're not. I'm looking at the list right now, Boogie. What are you talking about? I got the top 10 right there, and you're not on it. So unless you're right after Hefty Lefty, are you sure you got to look at correct picks when you go into the results of the NFL Fan Pick'em and you get to that page with the results and everything like this? You got to click on correct picks because it's by total picks, not by anything else. So I don't know what the hell he's talking about. And now he says, I hate NFL Fan Pick'em. It's dumb competition. Blissful Hayes says, Randy and Keon did an excellent job last week on the air. The shows were better than ever. Well, up yours, Blissful Hayes. Oaktown Destroyer says, hey, Keon, the Raiders, Washington, we're going to overtime again, and hopefully the Raiders will come on top. Okay, we really got to work on the typing there, buddy. We'll come out on top. You forgot a word.
What? A very crucial word, might I add. Changes the context of everything.
Yeah. Come on, man. You're killing me here. So, okay. Moving right on. Fubar 1000 says, hiya, Blender dudes. Sup, Fubar.
Sup.
He says, yeah, I won this week. Broke 6-game losing streak, unlike my beloved Wildcats. Suck it, you Arizona. Kiss the Cook says, rest in peace, Mr. Lee Elder. I've met Calvin Pete, Charlie Sifford, and Charles Owens, but I never had the opportunity to meet Lee Elder. I wish I had.
Lee Elder, the first person of color to play the Masters tournament. And I think that was in 1970.
Boy, we talked about that just the other day, didn't we?
3, something like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Robert from Surprise says, just to let you know, I'm completely tanking. Lost 4 and a row in League 6. You realize that's not how it works, right?
You don't get anything for tanking in this league.
The draft leagues are random the next year.
So you don't want to tank. That's definitely not helpful.
It's just, is that a setting in the fantasy football that we can actually do where draft order is off of the last year's standings? Or is that just something I could manually do? Maybe.
I'm sure.
I think you'd have to manually do it, but I think it's possible. Yeah.
We were going to have to have that conversation at the end of
you made a big mistake by saying that on the radio.
Why?
Because now what's going to happen is if you decide to
people are
do
going to start tanking.
Mm-hmm.
We're not doing it. Rob.
I mean, good. Look, tanking is not a guarantee of success. You can tank, draft Christian McCaffrey, and where would you be right now? So, I say try to win as many games as you can. If you back into the playoffs, you got a chance.
Have we learned nothing from the Lions and the Texans and the Dolphins? Have we learned nothing? Rough Rob says, wait, there's still a chance for me in the picks. Yeah, of course there's still a chance. As long as you're doing your picks every day, good things could happen. Fubar 1000 says, yeah, the mighty Keanu Reeves in League Two has figured out how to hack in and adjust his score week in and week out. Oh, come on. That is actually impossible to do in the NFL fantasy football stuff. And by the way, even if that kid wins, he's not getting a prize because he's related to me. So the second place person would end up winning anyway. So there, Fubar. You piece of garbage. Oak Down the Story says, sorry, guys, driving and texting, now working out. Well, seriously?
I mean, have a good workout, but please don't text and drive. Please.
Yeah.
Please.
Don't text and drive. We, for one thing, we can't understand a damn thing you say, most importantly. Second, you could die. Third, why didn't you wait till right before the workout? I'm just saying. Pick your chances, pick your choices. Do your thing, Oaktown. Big George says, wow, I didn't realize Keanu Reeves, the actor, was playing fantasy football with us. He's not. Robert from Surprise says, I'm still trying. I'm just doomed by injuries. Yeah, me too, man. 602 Pats fan says, good afternoon, guys. And how about Russell Wilson yesterday? Still throwing interceptions in the end zone. Haunted by the Super Bowl still? No, he's haunted by his injuries. He's just not the same.
He's haunted by the finger that he rushed to come back from. That it's funny. Jeffrey said it. He shouldn't try to rush and come back. He shouldn't be out there, in practice, fake throwing passes or whatever it was that he was doing pregame. Don't do any of that stuff until your finger's healed. And he rushed back, and he is here early, and he's clearly not 100%.
Yep, I told you. Senior Wake and Bake says, sup, fellas? Hey, Keon, when the football gods shine down, all you do is soak it up, baby. Soak it up.
I'll take it.
Boogie claims that he's tanking right now. No, you're just losing because we still haven't even said that that's a possibility. In fact, now I'm 100% sure that we will not do draft pick orders any other way than random.
Yep.
Fish Tank says, Keon, how was it watching Washington win 3 different times last night? Or was it almost lose 3 different times last night? I guess I'm not sure, but always happy to see a fan committed to a bad team winning a couple of games.
Almost lose last night. Washington had overall the better team playing out there, but just based on health. But every now and then would just be busted coverages and just touchdowns for free. Just here, Russell Wilson. We know you can't throw. So just have an open target. Here's Tyler Lockett. We're just not going to guard him.
All right. So, everybody has pushed it. I wasn't going to talk about Monday Night Football till a little bit later, but we're going to go ahead and just do it now. Seems like that's all anybody wants to talk about. So we're going to do that. Let me just start by saying, you guys sucked so bad against the worst defense. How did you only get 17 points? I mean, seriously, that is the worst defense in the history of defenses out there right now. And you made them look good. You had a nice string of good fortune, and then it was punt, 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 punt in the second half. It was bad. Oh my God, it was bad.
Yeah, it was like a combination of missed opportunities, and of course the play where our kicker got injured. So we had to keep either going for it on 4th down or punting it because field goals were not an option. They were talking to the punter, Tress Way, asking him if he was comfortable kicking field goals. And the answer was, of course, no. He's a punter.
Yeah, it was. You don't have a backup kicker? Why don't you have a backup kicker?
We don't have a backup kicker because
you guys
had a starting kicker who we cut because he was terrible. But he's doing a good job in LA with the Chargers now, naturally. Then there was another guy, and then there was Chris Blewett.
Perfect name.
And Chris Blewett blew it.
Right.
And then so now that was Sly. Sly's done, and they've signed a kicker off the Bears practice squad. We're like 5 kickers into this season.
Washington football team is so stupid. They only have 39 men on the roster. When somebody brings it up, they're like, no, we're good. Just sad. That was horrible football I watched last night.
We had a backup kicker, and then we cut him. So I don't know where we are now.
Good idea.
But he was also terrible.
So bad. I mean, even the field threw up. Yeah, again, the FedEx Field vomited during the game. You'll see right there. And more pipes burst during the game. This time it was over like an open area. Well, or is that a suite? I can't tell. But here's the thing: they're like last time you had the excuse. Well, it was raining, so blah, blah, blah. There was no rain. And I don't know what the hell that was that came out of those pipes.
I mean, they had an excuse last time, but there's no excuse for it. The stadium is a dump. It's not a good stadium. They have been wanting to get a new stadium forever, but Dan Snyder is hated by every politician, so it's not going to happen.
What did it used to be called? Did it used to be called something else?
FedEx Field?
Yeah. Or has it always been FedEx Field?
It's been FedEx my whole life.
I'm going to say FedEx may want to back away from this one. Just call it the Washington Football Field. Just take our name off that, please.
The CEO of FedEx is a minority owner. He has the second most amount of stake in the team. So they should. They're smart, but
what did you guys use? Bamboo when you built that stadium? Why is this happening?
Maybe I think bamboo would have more integrity than whatever it is that they put together there. Yeah, no
paper mache. I don't know, but
it's an awful stadium. And nobody likes it, and they charge you too much to go there.
Awful team, awful game. And then listen, I'm pulling for you though. I'm pulling for you when those games happen, especially because I knew that Randy was pulling for the Seahawks to lose that game. I'd like to see you happy. I'd like to see Randy happy. But I got to tell you, I'm not happy because I had to watch that stupid game with my eyeballs.
And I'm sorry for that.
That hurt.
There's nothing I can do about that, about the product that they choose to throw out there on the field. Whether or not it's a good product, whether or not the field is any good, like how many injuries has our own field incurred on our own players? Oh, it's countless at this point.
So a lot of things were sad, very sad. Also, later on, the press conferences, even sadder. Russell Wilson, with his brilliant quip, we need to get DK Metcalf the ball. Really?
I wonder whose job that is.
No kidding.
I wonder if there's somebody on the team who has the ability to get DK Metcalf the ball.
You don't say. Wow.
I wonder if Pete Carroll knows. Maybe we should ask Pete.
What I love is they couldn't really figure out that very complicated defense you guys threw up. Like, well, we might double on DK. Russ Wilson. I don't know what to do.
Just throw it.
Just horrible.
See what happens.
So, I guess when you only get Metcalf one ball for 13 yards, it's going to be a hard game for you. Russell Wilson, they asked Pete Carroll about Russ Wilson. He's like, you're missing some stuff. Yeah, I don't think these guys are friends anymore, by the way. Did you watch some of the body language on the sideline? Russell Wilson came over and talked to, I don't know if it was the offensive coordinator or the quarterback coach. Pete Carroll was about 10 yards to one side. And then when he came over during the timeout, Pete Carroll turned his back and just sort of walked down the field, completely disinterested in what could have been a game-winning moment for the Seahawks had they planned out and done this right. So that was just one of those things I watched. I'm just like, oh my God. Pete Carroll does not want to talk to Russ Wilson.
It's been going on for a while.
You think it's which way? You think it's Pete Carroll is just done with Russ Wilson or what?
I think it's mutual. I think that Pete Carroll wanted to invest more in that defense and more in the running game than on Russell Wilson. And he said so publicly. And then, of course, they still have to pay Russell Wilson because you pay starting quarterbacks in the NFL. So after all of that, Pete knows where Russ stands and Russ knows where Pete stands, and they're just not going to see eye to eye at this point.
Well, I mean, it's not good when you're calling out your quarterback. I mean, Bruce Arians will do it, but there's love behind that. Pete Carroll called out Russ Wilson saying, film doesn't lie, we're missing some stuff. Like completed passes? Okay. That was kind of one of those things you're like, wow, things are bad in Seattle. All right, we have to take a break. We got an awful lot of text messages. We're going to keep talking about Monday Night Football. Come on back, kids. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic. Heads up, sports bettors. Right now, you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
Arizona State football will learn this weekend what bowl game they are going to be headed to. Of course, they're not participating in the Pac-12 championship game, which is going to be coming up on Friday night. That matches up number 19 Utah against number 11 Oregon. Utah is considered a 3-point favorite. The over-under at 59.5. NBA basketball tonight. It is a high-profile matchup between the Suns and the Warriors at Footprint Center. For Phoenix, they go into tonight's game sitting as a 2.5-point favorite. For the latest odds all the time, visit vsin.com. I'm Matt Pauley on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 The Fanatic.
Research shows that people remember radio ads with repetition. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here's a repetitive ad. Okay. Research shows that people remember radio ads with repetition. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here's a repetitive ad. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty. You feel that? It's finally happening. It's starting to get cooler. Is it time to start wearing sweaters? No. It's time to call Harman Solar. See, if you install solar now, you get to enjoy huge savings next summer, up to 85% off your monthly bill. That means with zero down and no payments for 12 months, you can put that AC at whatever temperature you like year-round. Call Harman Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmansolar.com.
'Twas the season of cheer and joy filled the town, except for Scrooge with his perma frown. The gift of a Peloton bike touched his soul without doubt.
Work, Peloton.
When your workout's a joy, it's a joy to work out.
You can do it.
The original Peloton bike is our best price ever, $39 a month. All access membership separate. Terms apply. See website for details.
Being in the Army National Guard is about more than serving your country. It's about being there for your community when your neighbors need you most. The Army National Guard makes college affordable, and serving part-time can help you graduate debt-free. Do you want to stay close to friends and family? The Guard allows you to serve close to home. Serving part-time in the Army National Guard lets you have the life you want. Learn more by visiting nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard, aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
Your home has gone way up in value, but have you taken advantage of it? This is Rob Canier with a phenomenal opportunity to tap into some of your home equity, earning tax-free income and eliminating your mortgage payment while staying in your home as long as you want. With home prices leveling off, don't wait to learn more about the new reverse mortgage. This is a safe and proven money-saving and tax-free income opportunity for homeowners age 62 and older. Call me, Reverse Rob, and learn more today at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
Get your college game on. Get ready for the fight songs. Get ready for the traditions. Get ready for the rivalries. It's college football.
He's gone. There he goes. Through the line. He'll take it to the house, 90 yards.
And we've got the games you want to hear.
Wide open in the tight end roll. Rolls to the end zone. College football lives on 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Coming up on Friday, it's the 6A semifinals for high school football here in the Valley. The AIA has your game for you. It's Williams Field at Chaparral, 7 p.m. here on 1580, The Fanatic. Then on Saturday over in our sister station, Money Radio, you got Open Division semifinals, Saguaro at Hamilton. And that's at 6 p.m. on Money Radio 1510 and 105.3 FM. So, all right, let's get back to it. A lot of texts on the text line talking about the Washington football team. And I'm sorry, Keon, I don't mean to rain on your parade. I haven't had many parades this season myself, and you're only one game off of my Colts. But it was a bad game to watch. I mean, a lot of these Colts games are at least good games. Of course, we lost, but they were good games. That was a bad game.
Well, because that's the Colts are a well-built team that's missing a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to have good games. You know, you're going to have games where Carson looks really good. You're going to have games where maybe they don't need Carson to do all that much. And then the Colts are going to be a team that's got a well-constructed defense, offensive line, running game, all that. And they've got a good coach. So, yeah, I mean, there's a reason why those games are going to look good. The reason why Washington is bad is because they're a very poorly constructed team. I think they're on the right path. They're better than they were last year, and that team was better than it was the year before. but they're still a bad football team. And so you're going to have bad football games, especially this Seattle team that's just dysfunctional as all get out.
It blew my theory out of the water. Bad team and bad team together look like a good team, good teams playing each other because they're on equal. This is just bad.
I think we're going to need to add a caveat to that, which is if those two teams are dysfunctional, the game's going to be bad.
There is a level of bad that goes below my theory of succativity. It was such a bad night for football. Did they do the Peyton Manning, Eli Manning thing?
No, they were off this week.
Because I got to tell you, I wish I turned to that because a couple of different things. First, Booger McFarland said Randy Moss was dressed like a pimp. And I was like, come on, man. Why would you do that to him? He looked all, I thought Randy Moss looked all classy and stuff.
Yeah. Not nearly enough purple there, Booger.
Yeah. Well, if anybody but Booger had said that, you'd be like, racist much? But it was Booger. So what can you do?
What can you say? Maybe he thought that.
Yeah. I mean, Shefty tried to say, oh, he looks like Vince Lombardi. And Booger's like, no, he looks like a pimp. Like, okay. Well.
They're just not going to talk him off that ledge.
And then Steve Levy towards the end of the game called them the Redskins. Oh, yeah, you don't do that.
Everybody heard that. Yeah.
Yep. You know what, though? I think everybody gets a pass for when they accidentally say it because for a million years, that's who they were. You know, and we got to get used to not saying it. And boy, it sure would help if your stupid team would come up with a new name.
Not only would it help, it would be the most important thing. Like with the Cleveland Indians, you can at least go, okay, I just got to remember to call them the Guardians. You don't have a placeholder for what to call Washington. So sometimes you fall back and you say Redskins on accident.
I think I know why they haven't come up with the name for your team yet. Why they haven't released they probably already have it ready to go. They're just waiting for the next dumb thing Dan Snyder does or the next scandal that pops up. So then go, hey, Ray, look, we got a new name as a distraction method like we've seen other teams do.
I'm not going to lie. When the emails for Gruden first came out, I thought we were going to get it right then.
Yeah,
I was actually kind of excited.
Yeah, it would be the Washington, we're not racist. So
please believe us.
They're going to make us wait even longer, I guess, for that. Good news, J.D. McKissick scored a couple touchdowns. Bad news, he went off on a cart.
Yeah.
Any update on that? The only update I saw was very concerning. His agent sent out a tweet. Hey, great game for J.D. McKissick. He's all good. Okay, I don't believe that for a minute. That when the agent's out there trying to get ahead of it, that is bad news. So what are they saying? Is he really all good?
They're saying that the injury wasn't serious, but it was an injury. So, I mean, that's going to be, I don't know how much time he's going to miss. It's a neck injury. So those are always pretty scary. But in terms of like his permanent long-term health, he is fine.
Yeah. According to Logan Thomas, McKissick after the game was in the locker room, walking around and stuff. Did he get a concussion?
No, it wasn't a concussion. He went to go, he was about to be tackled. So he started to get down and he kind of folded his neck up on the defender's knee and leg area. And that kind of that twisting motion, I think his limbs went numb or something for a little bit.
So yeah, got like a weird little. Okay,
so
good to hear because boy, he was about all you had going there for a while.
Yeah, I mean Antonio Gibson, the starting running back, was playing really well too. This team can run. I'll give them that, if nothing else. But boy, it's rough. It's rough watching them play.
So let's get to the text line. We'll wrap this thing up because there's nothing. There's nothing about the game we need to talk about. Blissful Hayes says the Cardinals should easily win the Super Bowl as long as they stick with Colt McCoy as the starting quarterback. He wins without Hopkins and Edmonds.
That's the conclusion that you took away.
Won't that be funny? Let's just play pretend. Let's say that the Cardinals find themselves in the Super Bowl. Something horrible happens to Kyler Murray. And he gets locked in a locker or something because I don't ever want to.
Jeffrey,
I don't ever want to pretend that somebody's hurt.
Yesterday,
no. Hold on.
Tron Slater had to put a damn Vex on him.
This is never going to happen,
Jeffrey.
No, but wouldn't it be amazing if something happened and Colt McCoy was the starting quarterback in the Super Bowl and they win? Everybody would have to STFU about your Cardinals forever.
Well, at least until the next season.
I don't want anything to happen to Kyler Murray. That's why I said locked in the locker, not hurt or nothing. I don't want to ever
Locked
say
in
that.
the locker. At you, Jeffrey.
One time I did make a comment about Steph Curry, and then he did get hurt, and I was like,
see,
should never do that again.
See,
locked in a locker. Yeah, listen, that's never going to happen.
Words,
never going to happen, Randy.
Tell Steph Curry that.
Big George says, is texting while working okay? Because that's what I do every day. Oh, while working is fine. We don't mind killing your productivity. We just don't want to kill you or other people when you text and drive. Please don't text and drive. Beer Bob says, I don't have to tank in my league. I just have to keep on doing what I'm doing. Just lost my 6th in a row.
Oh, no.
Yeah, been there, done that. I finally won this week.
Yeah.
I dropped 6 bombs in a row and finally got back on the winning track.
Yeah, and now you get to play me, a team you've already beat once this year, so you've got a good chance, Randy.
Yeah.
He says, thank God my Patriots are in a winning streak because you could take my fantasy team out back and shoot them in the head. But yeah, I got you, buddy. I hear you. Yeah, I only ever get one thing, and it's either I'm going to do well in my picks, my fantasy football team is going to win, or my team will win. Well, my team did not win. I did okay in the picks, but I beat Rosalie Michaels in fantasy football. Yeah, that's my one thing.
Okay, I'm starting to see how it works because that's basically what happened to me. It's rubbing off on me.
You only get one thing.
I got my team won.
Your team won,
and then of course I ran into Berg, so I got obliterated in fantasy, and I did okay in the pick. I did not as bad as Ralph, but that's a low bar, I'm guessing right now.
It's pretty low. But listen, you are the only loss of all the Blender hosts and stuff. Well, no, that's not true at all. That's not true. Randy and I won. Ralph won. Rosalie lost, and you lost. So never mind.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take that.
I just like saying that Rosalie lost.
Yeah. Just get it out of your system before she's on.
I might have to still do it when she's on. Shooter McGavin says the punter has no other job. He can't practice a few field goals here and there just in case.
Okay, well, first off,
that's a good point.
You can insult my football team, but you stay away from the punter. You stay away from Tressway.
Why?
That is a magical guy.
Why?
Okay,
magical.
He's the only Pro Bowler we've had for like the last 10 years.
Your punter is the only Pro Bowler.
Chase Young made the Pro Bowl last year, but prior to Chase Young, there was like a good run there where the only Pro Bowler that came out of Washington was the punter, Tressway.
And you know why? He's not the best punter. He's just the most overworked punter. And that's
okay. He gets more reps than everybody else. That
so
makes
of course his stats are huge.
But
most
I mean,
punting yards. Well, yes, this guy here from the boy.
He can cough and corner a kick. You don't insult Tressway.
And then they still score from it.
That makes it personal.
3-yard line.
Hey,
all the way up the field.
That's not on him.
Shooter McGavin says, I read that. Papa Mike says, wait, I just got here. Keanu's not qualified to win. Is that right? Are you talking fantasy football? If so, that's crap. He puts more time into fantasy football than most players. Not only does he deserve to win, but he deserves to win double for having to be related to you, Jeffrey. Well, here's the thing about that. I don't know if this is any of your people's damn business, but here's what I told him. I said, Keanu, because you are related to me, you're not eligible to win the cash prize if you do win your fantasy football league. But I will personally, out of my own pocket, pay you that money if you win that league. And that way you get that money, but then, Harmon Solar will give the second place person that money. So everybody wins. Nobody's getting screwed. Nobody's hacking anything. It's all on the up and honest. So, by the way, we lost Randy, so you might want to click off the, mix minus bridge there. Shooter McGavin says, I keep wanting to read that same text over and over again about the punter. I'm sorry, Keon. Robert from Surprise says, I've been super swamped at work. I missed yesterday's show. Hope your Thanksgiving was good. Did anybody get the score to the Raiders Dallas game by any chance? I think he just wants to hear us say that the Raiders won.
I picked the Raiders, by the way, but
did you?
I did, actually. This is the score, just so you can hear it again.
Yeah, let's for Robert and Surprise.
36-33 Raiders over the Cowboys. And look, November is the time typically when the Cowboys start falling apart. Yep. So I picked the Raiders.
You were right on schedule, friend. Fed Fan says, okay, that field is named FedEx. Of course it sucks. Keep in mind, I don't know if you know this, but Fed Fan used to work for UPS.
Okay.
So she's got a rivalry going there.
Little bit of a rival. Okay, fair enough.
Fubar 1000 says, what if the WFT moved to Virginia and then named them the Virginia Platonics, and then the Colts moved to Washington, D.C.? What are you even talking about?
Well, it wouldn't matter. They'd still be called Washington. I mean, the stadium is in Landover, Maryland. It's not like it's in D.C. It's just the DMV area.
Randy's back. King Kitten says, Manly. After 32 months, O'Reilly Auto Parts switched out my Ram truck battery under warranty for free. And the nice girl working there, Kimberly, switched it out for me while I watched. Manly. Okay, no. About that, no. That is a man card violation, King of Kittens. Unless you yourself are also a woman. Because you don't make the gal working there unless you're hitting on her. And even then, no, that's unmanly. Shame on you. Man card violation for King of Kittens. Did you get her number though? I mean, that's that at least might lend towards a suspension of like it's like sit and serve kind of thing. You know what I mean? If you at least got her number, that would be something. 602 Pats fan says, yep, it was a bad game, but I'm glad to see Chickens lost. Yeah, I got to tell you, Pete Carroll just looks beaten down, bewildered. I think he's gonna retire. I think this is the season that's going to make him say, "No, I'm out of this. I'm done. I've made enough money. I'm going home and do some gum."
He's like 75, isn't he? He's like 75.
I've got a national championship in college. I've got a Super Bowl ring in the NFL.
By the way,
I don't have anything left to prove.
If he, whatever age he is, he damn looks better than me, and that pisses me off too.
Yeah.
Killer Rabbit says on the red zone, the announcer called the Tampa Bay Bucks the Patriots on accident because of Brady. And 20 seconds later, the announcer on the actual TV called the Bucks the Patriots. Old habits, hard to break. Both announcers caught themselves though. I did that this weekend. My wife asked me, I'm like, oh, the Patriots are about to do this. And then she's like, who? I'm like, oh, the Buccaneers. Good. Tom Brady. You know how it goes. Killer Rabbit. Thanks for that. The Jet says, I text you guys and drive all the time. That's why my words are always messed up. My truck doesn't know what I'm saying half the damn time. Listen, please don't. Please don't, guys. We used to run these PSAs all the time. I mean, we need to start running them again. You guys should not be texting and driving. At least you're doing voice text. I mean, that's at least something, but even that's a distraction. I really am just, please don't do it. And if you do, don't tell me. He also says, can you pour me a Jameson and Coke on the rocks, please there, Randy? I know we should give him any alcohol he's driving. Berg says, film doesn't lie. Who wants the 8 seed in the Premier League for a shot at the Berg? The 1 seed. All right. And he wants you also to know that punters are people too. No, they're not. Well, okay, they're people, but they're not football players. Kickers are not football players. So, yeah, I'm in 6th place in the Premier League, and any number of things. I don't care. I just want to make the playoffs this year. I don't even care.
That was my goal the whole time. And I'm just outside. I'm in 9th place.
Yeah, keep trying. I'll be honest. Don't look good. Turd Ferguson says Tressway is such a cool name. Too bad he's a punter. Boomer Sooner says, good day, Blender. I think that's Trustway's punter guy in Oklahoma Sooner there, if I'm not mistaken. Boomer Sooner. Did you hear Lincoln Riley gets a private jet 24/7, 365? That is why he left. He left for a jet? No, I'm thinking he's left for a lot more than that.
Yeah, for a lot more than that. But the jet definitely helps. If you're going to tell somebody, hey, go out there and recruit for me, the jet's nice.
Papa Mike says, good man, Jeffrey. If it's okay with you, I'll pay half if Keanu wins. I think he should be eligible. Oh, that's all right, Papa Mike. I got this, but that's very cool of you. But no, I didn't want him to suffer just because he's related to me, and enough people have suffered that. Rough Rob says, damn, now I have another running back down. Now I got to hope for Derrick Henry to come back. This is that time of year also, going from IR. Yeah, I got so burned on Cordell Patterson. I was traveling when they suddenly made him available and he had a killer game. I had no idea until the damn plane landed. Robert from Surprise says, I think Washington football team ran 80 plus plays last night and still only managed 17 points. That's got to be some sort of a record, right?
I assume so, of just pure inefficiency. Yeah. You know, they obviously had the call with Logan Thomas where I thought that was a touchdown. But even then, they had other opportunities, just didn't punch it in.
Before we go to break, Hefty Lefty wants to know if you're playing Nintendo in there. I think he's watching on the video and sees you constantly texting your girlfriend and thinks you're playing like Nintendo Switch.
I was looking up some stuff about my fantasy football team because we were talking about, running backs we all hope are available.
I had more respect to it, and I thought it was you texting your girlfriend.
I mean, that happens too, but that was
you.
just not this particular instance.
All right, let's take a break so he can text his girlfriend, look up his fantasy football, play Nintendo, and we'll be back in a few minutes. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Nobody protects you from mayhem in Phoenix like Allstate. I'm a broken traffic light. Stop and go is the name of my game. It's easy. You go, they go. Or was it? They go, you go? And if you have the wrong car insurance, these repair costs could stop you in your tracks. So get Allstate's new low auto rate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Not available in every state based on coverage and limits selected. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
When it comes to automotive repairs, where do you start? Been looking for a new home? Should you rent or buy? If you're looking for the latest trends in the automotive industry or real estate, look no further than the Drive Friendly Radio Show. Hosted by Steve, with over 40 years in the automotive industry, and Felicia, who's well established in the real estate market, you can get great advice and insight you can trust. You'll be smarter for listening, and maybe you'll have a little fun too. The Drive Friendly Radio Show, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
This is Dale Hellestrade from my friends at Constructors Bonding. If you need bonds, you can put your trust in Arizona's industry leader for the best service, rates, terms, and capacity anywhere. Constructors Bonding is the #1 writer with 14 sureties and will improve your bond program. Call Dave McKee today to learn how Constructors Bonding will perform for you. 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929 or visit cbialliance.com.
Sun Devil men's and women's basketball tip off their December matchups with 2 exciting games featuring the annual Teddy Bear Toss. First, the men host Washington State in their Pac-12 opener Wednesday, December 1st at 5:30 before the women take on UTSA on the first day of the ASU Classic, Saturday, December 4th at 1 p.m. Bring new or gently used teddy bears to the box office on game day to receive half-off admission to the men's game and $5 admission to the women's game. Get your advanced tickets today at sundeviltickets.com.
Distracted driving is dangerous, Arizona. When you pick up your phone to send a text message, you're putting lives at risk. When you pick up your phone to take a call, you're putting lives at risk. When you pick up your phone to check an email, you're putting lives at risk. And now, when you pick up your phone while driving, it's also against the law in Arizona. Don't get a ticket. Don't pick up your phone. Sponsored by Arizona Chapter, National Safety Council, and Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
Contractors, are you missing out on jobs due to lack of bonding? When your current bonding holds you back, call Arizona's #1 bond managers at Constructors Bonding. They have the market relationships and expertise to take you where you want to go. Serving all types of contractors of any size, licensed in all states. When you need better bonding, call Dave McKee at Constructors Bonding, 602-432-5929, or visit cbialliance.com.
The games, the players, the coaches.
We know what you want.
That's why we serve them up. Your exclusive home for NFL football. 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. All right. Thursday nights. We got your Thursday night football on Money Radio. That's right, because GCU is taking on UTSA. Pretty sure that stands for urinary tract infection. I don't know if they're going to drink some cranberry juice.
Texas, San Antonio.
Okay, is what it is. Well, same thing. Anyways, that game is at 6:45 p.m. here on 1580 The Fanatic. So Thursday night football will be on Money Radio 1510 and 105.3 FM. That's right. Cowboys at Saints at 6 p.m. for your listening enjoyment. So, all right. Let's get back to the text line, and lots of people with lots to say as we try to talk about the did you watch the Monday Night Football, Randy? Did you watch that game?
Yeah.
When did you fall asleep?
Right after halftime.
It was pretty much the same score at the end, right? Can't remember.
how it went. I had to drink to even watch it.
Well, I think the Washington football team, they scored in the third quarter, and then
oh, that's right. Yeah.
If I watch the highlights correctly, let's see, the Sea Chickens tried to tie it up there towards the end and couldn't get the job done.
Oh, that's right. That's right. And I was like, please don't. I don't want this to go to overtime.
Oh, I didn't need those problems either.
Oh my God.
Bad football game involving my team going to overtime. And I just had a feeling like, hey, you go to overtime. I think Washington blows this. I don't want to see that. I don't need that.
Like most conversations with Bruce Jacobs, you're just wishing it would end. And it just doesn't. That was mean. I shouldn't. I'm just kidding. He's been nothing but nice to me, and I just threw his name out there.
Can't help it.
It was just a punchline. In all honesty, I have never had a bad interaction with Bruce Jacobs. I avoid him. 888-368-1580. Of all the people, I don't know why.
I feel a promo coming out of that one.
Oh, dear God, no. I have enough trouble. Tron Slater says, good morning, guys. Got something special for Randy. Had a vision of Kyler Murray winning a championship. It was a beautiful seeing Kyler Murray holding the commissioner's trophy for the Oakland A's.
Yeah.
You can't blow a whistle on that because that's
Tron. He's already vexed him. Tron's already vexed him. Thank you, Tron, very much. I'm just waiting now. Any moment for him to just had to go on the IR. Just any moment, Tron. Thank you very much. I'm in the middle. Well, what have I ever done to you, Tron? That's my question. What have I ever done to you but bring you entertainment and laughter and joy every weekday between 3 and 6? That's all I've ever done for you, Tron. And you call up this radio station, you text us, and you vex my quarterback. I don't understand what I've done to you. I don't know why you want to vex my quarterback. Now you got Jeffrey doing the same damn thing.
Well, come on.
He has him locked in a locker, and Colt McCoy's winning the Super Bowl.
You really think that's going to happen because I said it?
Well, look what you did to Steph Curry.
All right, that was just one time back in 2014. Listen,
and that was like the injury-prone part of Steph's career.
Words have no dominion over me.
Only takes one time.
Yeah, well, I don't think at the Super Bowl they're going to be like, well, I guess we have to go with Colt McCoy. Can't find Kyler Murray anywhere. Like they wouldn't check every locker. And by the way, in the NFL, there's no doors on the lockers.
Yeah.
I mean, an equipment closet, maybe. I don't know. Well, number one Rattler fan says, who is the only NFL punter in the Hall of Fame? It's another person with a very cool name. You guys know who that is?
Ray Guy.
Bam. Well done, guys. Ray Guy. Now he's like 71 years old now or something. And Guy.
Guys.
Ray Guy. 3 letters for your first name, 3 letters for your last. Somebody look up what his middle name is. I need his middle name to be 3 letters. Ray Guy.
Guys.
Keanu, what's his name?
Oh no.
Keon.
Ray Guy's name is William Ray Guy.
See, Bill Ray Guy. Bill Ray Guy.
Guys.
Is there like a 3-letter shortening of the word William? In the name William? Nothing.
Will.
Will Ray Guy. Guys. There you go. Thank you, Randy. Well done. Mr. Pringle says, looking forward to meeting the broadcast all over the world. What?
And here's one for you. There you go. Enjoy that.
I'm confused. King Kitten says, I only text and drive at red lights. Still dangerous. Still a distraction. I don't want to be everybody's grandmother, but it does. It makes me nervous. Mars Bars 805 says, go Raiders. And I'm parked right now. I'm not driving. Drive safe, friendly. Happy Taco Tuesday and an 805, please, for Mars Bars 805.
Absolutely.
Give him an 805 and a taco.
There you go.
You know, I had a nice stretch where I got tacos on Taco Tuesday, and then I don't know what it is. The universe tilted a little bit again, and now I end up having tacos every other night.
Did I not tell you one night Miss Kim came home? She went by one of our favorite taco places and bought a whole bunch of tacos and brought those home for me.
Nice.
Did I tell you that?
No.
Oh yeah, it was a Taco Tuesday. Just recently, maybe just last month she did that.
To Taco Bell?
Yeah, he brought it. No. One of our favorite taco places. I forget which one it was, but it had a cheese crisp with it and had the tacos, had the chicken tacos, the beef tacos. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it was good.
Well, Keon's a bachelor. He can eat what he wants, when he wants, as much as he wants, and
No,
ain't
that's
nobody
true.
can say nothing about it. I mean, he's got a girlfriend, but they're not always, not constantly together. So
No, we're not constantly together. And
that's
is she? She's not already to the point telling you what you should be eating. Is she?
No.
Yeah. See, you got the life right now, man.
Yeah.
You eat what you want.
Enjoy what you can. Of
God.
course, Miss Kim doesn't tell me what to eat either. She doesn't tell me what to eat.
She didn't have to. Your wife and my wife are amazing cooks, and we don't have to be told. We get after it. Just, what's for dinner is not. I'm not making requests. I'm just saying what's for dinner. I get excited. So, Ukala the Mock says, "Don't worry about me texting and driving. I can barely walk upright, yet do two things at once." We already knew that about you. Mr. Pink Eye says, "Are long snappers football players?"
Yes.
Well, that's the guy on the line playing actual football. He's
just like a center.
Yes. He's a hiker. Mr. Pink Eye, thank you for that. Chief Skull Burner says, "Afternoon, gents. Just got to the chiropractor so the gnome can jump on me and destroy me."
Gnome?
That's right.
Can jump on me.
Keon's team pulled out a heck of a win. Now I wish they'd burn so they don't take over my Vikings for the playoffs.
Oh, boy.
I mean,
are you like me? Do you
like
want
a half-hearted compliment, I guess?
Do you want your Washington football team out or in the playoffs?
In the playoffs.
You do want them in the playoffs?
Yeah, I would prefer them in there than not there because
everybody can see how bad they are. Is that what you want?
Every now they played a primetime game last night. Everyone already got to see. But
That's
like
a
last
good
year,
point.
they were also in the playoffs, and people actually came away thinking the team was good because they had a good game.
That's when you had defense.
That's gonna hurt your draft.
The defense,
remember we started
defense is playing better.
Remember we started this year thinking they had a defense and they didn't have a defense.
Yeah.
Now they kind of are starting to have a defense again. But that's night,
how they won the game. Trust me, as much as Taylor Heineke's got moxie, the defense is why any of those games.
Moxie.
He's got moxie.
He got a moxie infection from that stupid tattoo on his arm.
Like that moxie.
What
He's
is
got
that?
Moxie.
Harry Soap says, "Wouldn't it be stunning if Colt McCoy won the Super Bowl with a game-winning touchdown to Larry Fitzgerald?" My wife, by the way, don't bring that up. Don't bring that up.
There it is.
No, my
There it
wife is very, very sad. She's just like, why can't they just get Larry Fitzgerald back in a Cardinal uniform?
He
Why
doesn't want to play?
She says, it just figure. She says, and she has said this in previous years. I can verify this. She has said in previous years, the minute Larry leaves the team, watch, they're going to win a Super Bowl. And she didn't say that like, oh, he's holding the Mac. She said that like the poor guy has been through thick and thin with these Arizona Cardinals. And she's worried that the minute he left, he would miss out his chance. And now it's starting to look like it can happen.
Okay, number one, if the Cardinals were to win a Super Bowl, which, again, everybody is vexing my team for some reason over the last couple of days. I don't like all this Super Bowl talk, all right? I don't like this, like Kyler Murray's getting locked in a locker. I don't like all this Kyler Murray's going to be J.J. Watt and end up just injury-ridden. This is a vex. I don't like it. But if the Cardinals were to win a Super Bowl, and that's a big if, by the way.
Yes.
Don't you think that Mr. Bidwell would give Larry Fitzgerald a damn Super Bowl ring?
He wouldn't want it. Who wants a ring they didn't earn? I got a participation trophy. I got a participation trophy.
He's earned that ring.
No, he hasn't.
He has earned
You
it.
earn the ring by playing on the team that wins the championship. You don't earn the ring just because you were there all those years before. Did you have a positive impact on this team? Yes. But the minute you quit, you are no longer supposed to get a ring.
Still hasn't quit, and he still hasn't retired. He is.
That's boo-boo, and you know it. He is
not retired.
Come on, man. I wish he would come back. I wish that he would just step back into a uniform, even if he barely played any snaps. That is still better than just having Bidwell say, "Hey, Larry, I got this for you." If I was, I wouldn't want it. That's not my ring. I didn't earn that ring.
Sure as hell is.
No, it's not.
As much as he's done for this team, absolutely right it is.
Did a lot for the team, but not this year. And if they win, he didn't do that.
Well,
Big George says, I agree with you, Keon. I thought the refs had no business overturning that Logan Thomas touchdown. Yeah, he did. I saw one angle where the thing clearly went on the ground. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, though. I mean, there was an angle where the ball touches the ground, but it's still in his hand, and it wasn't
so
moving.
Much of the ball that hit the ground,
but it was in his hand and not moving.
My wife is on your side.
Got control.
My wife is on your side, but I'm not. Come on, man. He says there was no video evidence. Yeah, there was.
The ball was not moving. It can touch the ground, but if it's in his hand and he's got control,
rewind the video, man. And by the way, I do agree with this. Inconsistent refereeing is madness.
You want me to rewind something?
Yeah, rewind that video so Keon can see how wrong he and my wife are.
See, about right here.
I'm not wrong.
There. Yeah, throwing her in on that guarantees I won't get Taco Tuesday now.
Oh, yeah, boy. Well, sacrifice worth it.
Damn it. Tacos. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we'll finish up this conversation on the text line about last night's game, and then we'll move on to other things. We got GCU, we got the Suns, got a ton of college football for you. That'll cheer you up, Keon. And plus, NFL too. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Your home has gone way up in value, but have you taken advantage of it? This is Rob Canyer with a phenomenal opportunity to tap into some of your home equity, earning tax-free income and eliminating your mortgage payment while staying in your home as long as you want. With home prices leveling off, don't wait to learn more about the new reverse mortgage. This is a safe and proven money-saving and tax-free income opportunity for homeowners age 62 and older. Call me, Reverse Rob, and learn more today at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify. 800-807-1981. 800-807-1981. 800-807-1981. That's 800-807-1981.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. I'm a better neighbor because my service has taught me how important it is to be a team player. My training helps me in my classes when I give attention to detail to the task at hand. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my country safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard, aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
There's a time to be fearful and a time to be calm. A time to be aggressive and a time to be conservative, especially when it comes to investing. You've heard the phrase, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose.
Hello, I'm Mo Ansari, president of Compact Asset Management. At Compact, we strive to provide you with the tools and experience it takes to be in the right place at the right time to grow and protect your hard-earned money. Call pound 250 on the cell phone and say, talk to Mo, and let's check your goals together. You'll get a free portfolio review and risk analysis, and we'll focus on your investment strategies. Call pound 250 on your cell phone and say, talk to Mo, or visit us online at compact.com. That's COMPAK.com.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor, funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA, SIPC.
KQFN Tempe, also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM
and K240 Rolling Hills at 95.9 FM.
Quiet, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what? Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, buddy, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside my
Yes. What were you going to say, Darren?
Oh, that started coming out wrong. My heterosexual life partner, Randy White, and of course, Keon Rose, nervously wondering the hell I'm going to say about him in the control room. You guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580 as we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. All right, let's get back to it. Before we do, though, Big Stanky 87 has a question. He says, is there a rivalry between the morning show, you guys, and the main event? No, well, at least not from this direction.
No, not from us. No.
No, I just had a joke. I threw Bruce Jacobs in as a punchline and immediately felt bad because he's always been super cool and nice with me. So I
like to just argue with Big Steve on Twitter. That's just a different.
Oh, you guys been going out on Twitter, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's just fun to argue with him.
Are you just poking just to see him tire himself out?
And it's always fun. It's never not entertaining.
Well, speaking of Twitter, maybe this is a good time to let everybody know what our Twitters are. Is that what they call them? The Twitters, right?
Mm-hmm. Something like that.
What's your Twitter, Randy?
Big Steve at 1580. It is at Radio Randy 777.
I'm Radio Pal 1580, and Keon is something that makes no sense.
I am at Sports Cloud.
Never did think about putting the 1580 in there.
I thought about it. I just got lazy about it.
Honestly. Not committed, I guess, to. Not all right. That's fine.
I could do it.
Good. It's fine. No, see, or Blender Sports Cloud. You can just do that, or whatever works, man. Whatever you do, you do you. You got a W. You're feeling good.
Feel bad.
And we're going to talk about a shload of college football stuff here in a little bit.
All right.
And I thought I'd throw that in there to make you feel better. I mean, even though your team won, that was a horrible game, and you can't feel good.
I do feel pretty good about
really
where the team. Yeah, I didn't. I thought that this was going to be, before the season started, an 8-win football team.
Mm-hmm.
And then after a while there, it looked like we weren't going to get to 4 wins. And now we might get to 8.
That's lofty aspirations there. And you're even talking
realistic.
You're even talking playoffs.
Yeah. Playoffs. Show up, get knocked out.
Sure. That's what the Colts may do, but probably not.
But yeah, I don't think your team has won a Super Bowl. So you don't know how bad it is to watch TV on a random Sunday, week 5 or week 6 or something, and have them mention your team and say, well, the last time they were in the playoffs was 7 years ago. So I'll take the playoff appearances. They mean a lot to me.
The last time this team won a Super Bowl was, oh God, that was last century.
Or you're the Cardinals, and it was never.
It was too. It was 1920 something.
That's not a Super Bowl.
Still,
it's a championship. It's not a Super Bowl.
Championship,
not a Super Bowl. Hefty Lefty says it's been great to sit back and watch Keon poke the big old roller there on Twitter. I had no idea this was even going on
for weeks.
King of Kittens says, hey, Keon, RG3 has penned a book on the football team. Okay, can I correct you? RG3 has dictated a book about, I don't think he's maybe even literate.
No, he definitely is. I mean, this is a guy with, the 4.0 GPA, and he had a major.
Whoever took those tests for him.
I know he's pretty smart guy.
Perfect.
He's a pretty smart guy.
I'm just teasing.
But yeah, I'm excited about the book.
Yeah, so he's got this new book. Do we have a title for this thing?
Surviving Washington is what I think it's called.
Damn.
Yeah.
So here's what they say this is. They say it's an explosive tell-all. The shocking mismanagement and toxic culture within the most dysfunctional professional football team in America. Now, I first thought that was going to be about the Lions. But it turns out it's about the Washington football team.
And what really raised my ear was he said he had stories about sexual harassment that was rampant there. And I'm like, if you put this stuff out there, the league's going to have to investigate. And maybe, if God actually likes me, Dan Snyder will have to sell the team somehow in the process of some investigation. Damn it.
And then you're going to start reading the book, and RG3 is like, and I saw her, and I could not resist myself.
Like, okay. Well,
you? What?
Don't do that to yourself. You were supposed to help us all.
Berg says, always ear what you want. That's the key. I have no idea what that was about, but all right. Fubar 1000 says, there's so much on here I don't understand, so I'll come back to it. Bob Shrisky says, hey there, guys. Randy, you got to try Revolute by Arrowhead. That's a killer taco place over there.
All right. Thank you.
Revolu, Revolu. Revolu.
By Arrowhead. Okay.
By Menon. Chief Skull Burner says, I tell Mrs. Chief Skull to stop cooking because I'm not 260 pounds from working out, if you know what I mean. I don't care how fat I get. I'm never going to tell my wife to stop cooking. Everything she makes is good. Seriously, everything. There's not anything where I walk in the kitchen and she's making, I'm like, oh, I'll pass. Not even one thing. Can you imagine? Robert from Surprise says, can Larry Fitzgerald just announce his retirement already? Miss Martha from Surprise is going to come to the dark side when Larry retires. Raider Nation. So basically what Robert is saying is his gal is a Cardinals fan right up till the day where Larry Fitzgerald retires.
I don't know.
And then she'll join him.
I don't know that he's ever going to submit that paperwork. I don't know. I can't say that for sure.
Poor Miss Martha's in football limbo then forever. Larry, don't do that to her. Mr. Wilbur says, this is the first, Randy. I agree with Jeffrey. Larry would definitely refuse a ring for a Super Bowl victory being given to him if he's not part of the team.
Well, he's not part of the team.
But he's not part of the team.
But he's not part of the team.
But he's not part of the not team. He's not part of the team. Not part of the team.
He's not participating on the team.
Still not part of the team.
That doesn't mean he's not part of the team. He's once a Cardinal, always a Cardinal.
He's more a Phoenix Sun than he is an Arizona Cardinal. Just saying. Wilbur says, sorry, I didn't check in yesterday, but I deserve any sort of harassment you want to give me regarding my Arizona Wildcat football team. Well, you guys suck. I'll just open it up with that. Wilbur, your team sucks. But this ASU team wasn't as good as the last team. And so you only got beaten down a little bit. It wasn't like a good, solid thumping like we were hoping for. So, your team's horrible.
They did cover a 20-point spread. So it's still a pretty bad beating.
Yeah. So, not the best ASU could do, about what you expect out of the Wildcats. Tron Slater says, no pun intended, Randy. I buy a few rounds of brew at Killaburger and food for thought. Could Larry be somewhat of a cancer because of the Card's success this year? Some people floated that. Was Larry a cancer in the locker room? And like 0% of people have ever said anything near that. In fact, it was the total opposite. Larry is a great locker room guy. Larry is just a great guy. He gets along with everybody. Even people on the other team feel bad about tackling him. So like, oh, sorry, Larry, because everybody loves Larry. So I doubt that. I understand why you might think that, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't know. Larry Fitzgerald is a guy that got that NFL top 100 players list. Every year he was an active player, he made that list, and that's voted on by your peers in the league and your teammates. So if he was not a good locker room guy, stand-up guy in the NFL, I don't know how that happens. I think that the Cardinals getting good has more to do with Kyler Murray just taking strides forward as a quarterback.
I want to believe that everything was great and happy, and Larry just decided he wasn't going to go back. However, there was that story, and it still has some merit to it, that Larry didn't understand what his role was, and perhaps was not completely happy with the offense and wasn't getting the football very much. Now, I know it's going to sound like selfish Larry, but he is a human being, and perhaps he went about his business and just decided this year he wouldn't participate.
I don't know if that's true, because if it was selfish Larry, he'd have been fine, I'm going to another team.
No, I said it's going to sound like selfish Larry, but he quietly went about his business, and this year decided he wasn't good. He's a free agent now. He can do whatever he wants to. He doesn't have to sign with the Cardinals. And, he sold his house here. I don't think he's got another house here that I know of. He might have a condominium because he does still have some interest here.
He has a storage shed.
He still has some community programs that he's a part of. And he still is a, minority owner of the Phoenix Suns. So I'm sure he's got some interest there. But, I don't know. I think Larry he's just going to kind of fade away. He just, I think he doesn't want to talk in circumstance.
Yeah. He's doing the Irish goodbye is what he's doing.
I have a feeling. Yeah.
So Fed fan, she's mad at me.
Uh-oh.
She's, let me get this right. You tried to hurt my man, Steph?
Is that right, Jeffrey? No, I didn't. I made some joke about him just being unstoppable, and the only thing that could take him out is if somebody took him out at the ankles. The next day, he was taken out at the ankles. I didn't suggest that he should be, could be, would be. It was just sort of a joke about how damn amazing he is, and me saying there's no stopping this guy. And it was just a bizarre coincidence. So no, I intended
absolutely a coincidence.
No
Because Steph
harm.
early in his career struggled with ankle issues.
Yeah.
Prior to 2014.
Yeah, I intended no harm to him, and I felt horrible about that. So ever since then, I try to avoid saying anything regarding injury.
Except when it comes to my quarterback.
No, the only one I've ever said anything about was Aaron Rodgers with his balsa wood clavicle.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
how he was like just snapping like twigs all the
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Fan also says Larry Fitzgerald should come back as a coach and get a ring if we win it all. Yeah, I don't think he'd want it that way either.
No.
It's the same kind of thing. It's not real.
Yeah, I don't think that he'd want it that way, but I could understand fans wanting to see him get one because you sort of laid the foundation for what this team was and what the locker room is all about and building that culture. That's Larry. But at the same time, he wouldn't take it. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah. Thunder Snow says the O'Brien curse is real. Oh, come on, man. Well, if it's true, and he ends up getting stuffed into a locker, and nobody can find him, then I'll own that. That's on me. That's on me.
Because it's so specific.
It's 0% chance of ever happening. So I'll accept that. There is no O'Brien curse after that. Box of Screws says Jeffrey is 100% right. If Larry's not on the roster, he didn't do or earn anything.
Well, that's true.
It's each year. It's not like a couple of years. It's each year.
That's true.
Mr. Pringle says, I know how Larry can get the ring. He can hold Kyler Murray up to the microphone during the trophy presentation ceremony. That doesn't even make sense. You don't get a ring just for that. Lightning Bolt says all the Cardinals have to do is sign Larry to as a coach and get him the ring. Yes, that's another person saying make him an honorary coach. Nobody wants a participation trophy. I know everybody loves Larry. We want Larry to have that. We've wanted Larry to have that since 2006. But it's just not in the cards. He stepped out too early, and that's what it is. This is what it is. Is he a cancer in the locker room? No. Are they winning because he's not there? No. Did it open up some roster position for somebody who is contributing right now? Maybe. But I wouldn't say one way or the other, Larry being here or not being here. I think it would only positively impact the Cardinals if he were there. So, no, you don't get a freebie, and he shouldn't get a freebie, and he shouldn't want a freebie. Watermelon says, good afternoon, Jeffrey, Blender crew. Mr. Keon, while you're riding your high on the Washington football team victory, would you like to take some action against the Raiders? You call it.
I mean,
action against the Raiders?
As in we're making a bet here?
What do you think?
Against the Raiders?
You think he's asking to make out?
No.
I mean, what else could action mean?
Just
we are Arizona's sports betting station.
Yeah,
Keon.
okay. Let's do it. Let's
know what action
let's
is.
go with the friendly lunch bet as we do.
Very nice. All right, so a lunch bet between Watermelon and Keon for Washington football team versus Raiders.
I'm 1-1 on the year with lunch bets.
Are you taking the Washington football team?
Yeah.
That's ballsy.
Of course I have to take my team.
No, that's brave. Just there you go, Watermelon. Mr. Pringle, thank you for that. Let's see. Kiss the Cook says, hey, I just met a hot girl named Liberty. My first thought was, and the pursuit of happiness. All right. Okay. I don't know if I believe you. Baker's Cocky Hen says maybe Fitzgerald could play quarterback for the Vikings. I mean, he can at least line up under the center correctly, right? Am I guessing? I don't know. Baker's Cocky Hens, but I don't think he could do that. Roll Tide Kara says, hello guys. How about that Iron Bowl? Bama had me worried. They were playing horrible. U of A football team is so bad. I'm ashamed of being a student there. Stop telling people. I mean, we promise if you don't tell anyone, we won't tell anyone. I mean, I get it. You got to get your education, and I'm sure that there was a big old coupon and a discount on that because it is U Arizona. But people outside of Arizona don't know how horrible U Arizona is. In fact, everybody accidentally calls ASU Arizona. University of Arizona. So all the announcers. So just shh. We won't tell if you won't tell. Big George says, Jeffrey, you know better than to say your wife is wrong. Remember, happy wife, happy life. So despite what you might think, it was a catch by Logan Thomas. Okay, I can't lie. I don't think it was. Jagdog says, didn't the Harmon Solar feller say that I'm going to change that. The Rainy City bitch pigeons were going to go 12-5.
I thought he said like 13 and 4 or something like that.
Well, he says sounds more like 5-12. So here we go. Lakers suck, Dodgers suck, and the Seahawks suck. Hefty Lefty says Jeffrey had no idea that Steph was the weakest ankles in the league. Same hardness as Achilles heel, JJ Watt's nose, and Rogers collarbone.
I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know.
Fubar 1000 says, damn it, Jeffrey, I wish I could have a dime for every time you pissed off Fed fan. I could buy a golf course.
Yeah. Yeah.
King of Kitten says, Larry doesn't want a ring he didn't earn. Larry doesn't want to play football anymore. Larry doesn't want to coach. Larry has much bigger fish to fry.
I agree with everything you said there.
Has
I
he
never
been
said
fishing?
that Larry would. I never said Larry would take a ring. What I said was Mr. Bidwell will certainly try to give Larry a ring.
Now all I can think of is if Larry's out there fishing. He seems like a guy who just loves fishing.
He could be. Yeah.
The Berg says, damn you, Jeffrey. Is this curse why I got another brain tumor? Damn it.
Oh, boy.
Larry to the Patriots. Larry to the Patriots. No, the fact you don't ever eat mustard is what gave you the brain tumor. That is science because he's constantly saying that mustard is horrible. And I warned you about it. I warned you about it last time. So
that's a good point. Yeah.
No, it's got to be that. But God bless you, Berg. I'm glad you're getting through it and getting close to the finish line with the chemo and stuff. Hang in there, stay strong. We're all pulling for you, and looking forward to seeing you on the next time we actually all get to walk at the cancer walk. Ooh, I got to get in shape. I got to get in shape if I'm going to win that thing.
When is it?
Usually in December. So it's been virtual the last couple of years. Let's see. Yeah, lock it in, Watermelon. It's a bet. Fubar 1000 says, I knew there was a reason. Love you to roll riders. Go roll tide via the Cats. What?
Go roll tide.
Roll down tide.
Via the Cats.
He's talking about. Big George says the blender curse is real. It's left over from a former co-host who cursed everything he touched. No, it's not. We give the blender bump now.
That's the blender bump.
People get the blender bumps.
Yeah.
Big Stanky 87 says, guys, I had 11 leg parlay Saturday for 25 cents. If Auburn and U of A would have won, I would have won $1,800. I'm glad you only risked 25 cents.
Yeah.
And why would you even put U Arizona in there? Are you mad? Berg says, Jeffrey for the win. By the way, Berg verifies that I won the cancer run.
You know that Berg has had several brain tumors, right?
Oh my God, that is so mean.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
it was a walk. It was not a competitive. It wasn't a competition.
I am so sorry, Berg. You know he's got brain cancer, right? And he's in chemo.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You're gonna get canceled.
And you're a fable teller, is what you are.
I have pictures. I have pictures, and the Berg verifying I won.
Fables.
And now you're attacking a man who's fighting cancer?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing.
You're just mad because he's first place in the Premier League fantasy football.
No, I clearly care less about the football league. I care less about it.
I guess you care a lot about the fact that I whooped your ass in the cancer walk because even Thunder Snow says yes. Jeffrey won the cancer walk. Pretty sure he was there.
No, he wasn't.
Would you bet your life on that?
What's that?
Would you bet your life on that?
Clearly, Berg has.
Wow. Oh man. And the Dark Joke of the Year award.
I really didn't think Randy would get this.
Oh my God, it's Randy White. Well, I thought Jeffrey O'Brien was a lock for this one.
Jeffrey got nominated about 30 times.
I got to up my game now. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Are you a planner? Do you like to plan ahead? Then, of course, you already have a plan to call Harmon Solar, right? Bruce Jacobs here. It should be at the top of your list to get solar now and enjoy huge savings next summer. Up to 85% on your monthly bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Then you can plan what to do with all that extra money. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, women-owned, local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
Contractors, are you missing out on jobs due to lack of bonding? When your current bonding holds you back, call Arizona's #1 bond managers at Constructors Bonding. They have the market relationships and expertise to take you where you want to go. Serving all types of contractors of any size, licensed in all states. When you need better bonding, call Dave McKee at Constructors Bonding, 602-432-5929, or visit cbialliance.com.
Today, someone will clearly understand their doctor because they have an Arizona licensed American Sign Language interpreter at the appointment. Today, someone will use a voice amplifying device to have a meaningful conversation. Today, someone among the more than 1 million deaf, hard of hearing, and deafblind Arizonans will enjoy greater accessibility and effective communication thanks to the Arizona Commission for the Deaf and the Hard of Hearing. To learn more, visit acdhh.org, sponsored by the Arizona Commission for the Deaf and the Hard of Hearing.
AZ Preps 365 is your headquarters for all things high school sports in Arizona. Brett Quintine, James Mello, and Jose Garcia keep you up to speed with all the action, highlights, interviews, and insider information for the prep sports scene. You need to tune in to AZ Preps 365 every Saturday morning from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on your new home for sports, 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic. And always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
College game on. Get ready for the fight songs. Get ready for the traditions. Get ready for the rivalries. It's college football.
He's gone. There he goes. Through the line. He'll take it to the house 90 yards.
And we've got the games you want to hear.
Wide open and the tight end will walk to the end zone. College football lives on 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic. Arizona's new home for sports.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Speaking of college football, we got the SEC Championship. That is on Saturday at 2:30 p.m. here on 1580, The Fanatic. And after that, we got GCU taking on Mississippi Valley State. So be sure to tune in to 1580, The Fanatic this weekend. And Berg says, wow, ouch. Randy wants the 8 seed in Premier League playoffs, I guess, huh? Okay. He said, I needed that laugh. Thanks, guys. Just so you know, no hard feelings. Our Big George says, wow, Randy, that was really dark. I'm sorry, Berg. I think we need a little Christmas right this very minute to brighten up the mood. It got so dark. Except for the way Randy turned it all dark there, it'd be like, we need a little Christmas. We need a little Christmas. Right the very minute. La Furia Rojas says, hey, Randy, I was driving back from California and I heard your voice in the Coachella Valley. Are you leaving 1580 The Fanatic?
No, that's just part of my job. I'm on a radio station over there.
Yeah, it's our sister station, KXPS. It's like this station, but without all that extra added intelligence. Ken Kitten says, do you all think Cliff ends up in Oklahoma after the season? Well, I mean, Greyhound does go through there. So,
wow.
Probably not. Big Stanky says, well, I didn't pick ASU because they burned me against Washington State.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, you are new around here, Big Stanky.
Yeah.
Because if there's one game you can almost guarantee, at least in the last 5 years, that ASU would win, it would have been that one. You should have consulted with us. Good Cat says, all right, gentlemen, let's go Suns. All right. Well, we're going to do that. Let's do that now. Let's talk about that now. I promise, Keon, we are going to talk some college football here in a little bit. But yes, tonight the Warriors are coming to town to play the Suns. Of course, all the stories are about the Warriors, not about the Suns. The headline is Golden State will try to continue its 7-game win streak with a victory against the Suns.
Unbelievable.
They don't even mention that the Suns have won 16 straight.
Unbelievable.
It's not even in the damn story.
Yeah. The Suns have a winning streak that is nearly 2 times as long.
Yeah.
How?
It's not even mentioned.
That's unbelievable.
They only go back 10 games and they say last 10 games, the Suns are 10-0.
Yep.
Hello.
And then 7 more games back after that. They're also undefeated.
No respect.
Was this from the 4-letter network?
Of course it was.
Oh my
God. Yeah, because they have a thing against Arizona sports. I don't care who it is or who's talking. They all hate Arizona.
Well, Stephen A. Or Stephen A. Which is it? Stephen A. The yelly, screamy guy. There's a story where he says Stephen A. says he doubts Devin Booker can win MVP over Steph Curry. Well, at least you got mentioned.
So there's that.
I mean, there's that. Yeah.
But anyway, so I really, really want the Suns to win this tonight.
Seeing as how the media votes for MVP, I doubt it too.
Yeah.
I mean,
if you played like one,
if their coverage is anything like, if their voting is anything like their coverage, I highly doubt it as well.
Well, I mean, they lead every sports center with the latest Lakers highlights, even though they suck, and then it goes from the Lakers right to Steph Curry and the damn Golden State Warriors, and then it goes to Brooklyn, and then they find out what's going on with Brooklyn, and then it's Ja Morant, and then it's Atlanta. They have not spent 30 seconds on the Phoenix Suns during this winning streak.
Yeah, and I get it. The beginning of the season, you were kind of like, okay, hell's going on with the Suns here? But then all of a sudden they're like, okay, we're awake, and everything has been fine ever since. And so at least the spread isn't crazy. It's 2.5. Okay, so that's at least some respect. And but basically, Golden State is a good deal more favored to win this game. But the money line is plus 120 on the Warriors and minus 140 on the Suns. The over under 221.5. I got a feeling I'd take the over. I mean, that's pretty high, but I think I'd take the over when you got Steph Curry dropping threes and Devin Booker going maniac on you out there. What's the injury situation? Do we have anybody out that could cost us the game? Let me see here.
Just Frank the Tank.
Dario Saric is out with a knee issue. Ralph Nader has got a knee issue, and he's day to day.
That's Abdul Nader.
Whatever.
Just saying.
Klay Thompson is almost back, but he's not back yet. He spent a little time practicing with the G League, and evidently he hit like 18 in a row.
Wow.
Scary man when he's not hurt,
and he's very motivated,
or when it's not a playoff. Andre Iguodala is out with a knee. Well, he's day to day, so he might come to the game. James Wiseman out, Damian Lee out. So, all right, looking at both of these teams, one of the things that, and forgive me, whoever you were that said this, but you're right. Warriors don't have a big man. And that is the big difference. And, the Suns could win this underneath the basket. You got, if you play good defense, your shooters, and you let the big guy run what happens under the basket, this really could be something the Suns could take away.
Well, I mean, it could be, except Draymond Green plays as their big man. He's the guy that is the enforcer. He's the guy that's always mixing it up, going for rebounds and stuff. And listen, if we want to see what our rookie, if he wants to sign that extension and he wants that $175 million extension, well, this is a game right here where we need to see you show up and see that you're worth this thing. And I think we'll see tonight. Is DeAndre Ayton really motivated to sign that extension? Does he really want it? And does he think he's worth it? And does he want everybody else to see that he's worth it? Because tonight's the night. I mean, this is like a playoff game atmosphere tonight. A lot of people are calling this probably the game of the year. And they went, and by the way, Phoenix Suns beat a pretty damn good Brooklyn Nets team,
right?
By the way. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them handle business tonight against Golden State.
Good Cat says, do we as the Suns have anybody that would be willing to sweep the leg, Johnny?
of Curry.
I hope not. You want to beat everybody straight up, but it's not worth it to beat the Warriors if you beat the Warriors without Steph.
I feel like DeAndre Ayton could easily win the battle, at least between him and Draymond Green. You know,
as far as the size goes, absolutely.
No, Draymond Green's got experience, and he is amazing ability. But boy, Ayton's got a lot of height on him, and Ayton's no rookie. You know what I mean?
And a lot of times when they want to match up size, they'll play Kevon Looney, but Ayton's a better center than Kevon Looney too. So I still want to see some domination out of DeAndre Ayton. I think we'll see it.
Well, that's the number one team. We're in the number two team. That could change with this game. So you're going to have your best game tonight, Phoenix Suns. Devin Booker has been doing great, about 24 points a game. And Chris Paul's getting his 15, but he's more about just, being the general on the court. I don't know. I feel like if it goes to pure scoring, the Warriors are going to hand it to you. But if you play some good, aggressive, physical basketball against these guys and make sure you're playing smothering defense every play, just make sure they're not dropping threes. Go for that too. Get that too. And the Suns are a team that doesn't always shoot the three, even though they've got some ability there. They're always just like, make sure we come back down the court after we have some points. Let's not just go brick, 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 and then end up down a bunch of points. That's one of the things I've appreciated about how they have played so far this season is they get the points they can get and they get back. And it's been very effective. If you continue to do that, don't try to out three the Warriors. Don't even think about trying to out three the Warriors. You're going to lose every time. And don't feel pressured to always hit that because they're going to brick a few too. And as long as you're hitting your, jump shots, as long as you're driving to the basket, as long as you're taking advantage of what they give you and getting the points that you can get each possession, you can win the damn game.
And don't let the other guys beat you. I mean, Steph is going to do what Steph does. And to a certain extent, I don't know how much you can stop it, but don't get beaten by Jordan Poole and Damian Lee. And those are good basketball players. I mean, those are the in-house guys that they developed to be, the heads up, make plays kind of guys that they have on that roster, but still don't get beaten by because that's a long night.
Yeah. I want to see two things. One, I want to see every shot Steph Curry takes contested. Now, he might make most of them, but if I don't see this or this or this, I'm basically sticking my hands up, people, I'm going to be pissed off. And as far as it goes under the basket, DeAndre's got to own that area. He's got to own it, and you'll win the ball game. I think it's that simple. Let's see. Thunder Snow says, breaking news, the Phoenix Suns have just signed the Hanson brothers to a 10-day contracts. Mr. Wilbur says, well, we could Jalen Rose Steph Curry. Do you know what that means? That's when Steph goes up for a three-pointer, you basically box them out, but happen to put your foot right where he's going to land. And, oh, well, there you go. He sprained his ankle. I can't agree with that.
Yeah, that's highly unethical.
I like Steph Curry, even though he's the opponent, and you want to go in guns blazing. In general, I like the babyface assassin.
Do not Jalen Rose people. Even Jalen Rose, when he did it to Kobe, said that he was wrong for doing it. Don't do it.
Yeah, don't do that. Beer Bob says, Randy, you forgot about Draymond Green's ultimate defensive move. Kicking a guy right in the Ginobili's.
Yeah, right in the old twig and berries.
Yeah, family jewels.
DeAndre Ayton, is he tall enough to where maybe he's too tall for that to get kicked, or is it a swing low? Okay, well, that could be a problem too.
It could be a problem. I just think that Draymond is well practiced. He gets the high kicks going. If he wants to, it's happening.
Good Cat is reading my mind. He just texted Ainge. Do you know why?
I'm guessing it's something to do with Danny Ainge, but I don't know exactly why.
Danny Ainge didn't even put his hands up.
Yeah,
didn't even put his hands up as the Bulls dropped that three to win the finals over the Suns back in 1990, whatever, 94, I guess, whatever. Thanks, good cat. Why would you bring that up? Fed Fan says 2 years ago, the Suns broke Steph's left hand. No sweep in the legs. Also, it's the first time in NBA history that two teams with over 80% winning records are playing against each other. Really? Is that right? I don't know if that's right.
That doesn't feel right. Like you think it's one of those things that would have happened before, but I don't know.
You mean at this point in the season, or Fubar 1000 says, message to all cat fans in the country. No, I'm not going to let you pass that message along. King of Kittens, it was a long one too. It's all sorts of encouragement about not giving up and crap. Yeah, I ain't reading it. King of Kittens says, as far as ignoring of the Suns go, I kind of feel that way about the Cardinals. First place, best record in football, and they hardly even get mentioned.
Yep.
They're starting to get mentioned a little bit more now, but the fact that it took you being 9-2 before it started to happen is a little crazy.
I could start to really believe the demographic thing where they say, well, we have to talk about the teams that are in the bigger markets because that's where we get the bigger ratings. And so, the bigger teams with more nationwide appeal, blah, 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 blah. I could believe that, except for we are the sixth, I think now the fifth largest city in the damn country. Phoenix is no backwater town. Sometimes meeting the people from here, you feel like we might be, but in general, we've got a tremendous population, and we should not be, given the short end of the stick when it comes to our teams when they're good. Is it maybe they just aren't used to us being good? I just don't get it either, guys.
I think it's a little bit of that too. I mean, once you start to get into the public eye a whole lot more with success, then it's easy to continue to keep talking about you. But at the same time, it is a little bit frustrating to have the TV on, have the ESPN on, which is a mistake. But sometimes I do. And then they start talking about the New York Football Giants before they start talking about the Arizona Cardinals. They're terrible. The Giants are bad. I don't want to see them. Hide them. Let's pretend they don't exist.
Lost Toby says, go Dubs. By the way, Lost Toby, congratulations on your weekly win. You'll be getting an email soon about your NFL jersey. And whatever that clicking is, somebody had please just stop. It's driving me crazy. Good Cat says, weekly reminder that the Rainy City Bitch Pigeons are trash, and they are 3-8.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Good. And actually, I appreciated that reminder.
That's good news.
Yeah. Berg says, game 6, 93 finals. It was 93? Why do I always think it's 94? Oh, well, because maybe I don't want to think about it ever again. Lefuria Rojas says, I feel like I need to hear they stink about the Nogales Tech along with Fish Tank's Go ASU mix. Well, we've shelved that one long ago, La Furia Roja, but Big George says Scott Van Pelt likes Arizona. He once came to my defense of ASU on the Twitterverse. No kidding. Oh, good. Who's Scott Van Pelt?
He has the night show over at the S. Like the one guy that I actually like watching him.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a big bald fella.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Big toy. Came over years and years ago from the Golf Channel.
Really? Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He still works with the Golf Channel, by the way.
He was on the Golf Channel, and ESPN hired him away.
Oh, okay. I know who it is. He's the guy every time I see him, I think, get better, patient. You'll. Oh no. Lost Toby says, "Oh bleep, I won." You did. You won, Lost Toby. Be watching for that email. All right. Ukla Mock says, "I'll give you the short end of my stick, Radio Pal."
Heyo.
All you have is a short end, and I'm not impressed.
Oh.
Senior Wake and Bake says, "Hey Randy, is it the time of the year for Murray to participate in the Elf on the Shelf? Am I right? Am I right?"
Enjoy your whistle. Yeah, there you go. I'll blow it again so you can hear it. Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking, I saw this thing on Twitter. I'm thinking about redoing it. Now, I had to check the day. Okay. Little girl's not listening. Little girl is getting towards the end of believing, on certain things.
After what you said yesterday about Santa Claus, it's not surprising.
I didn't say anything about, I did, didn't I?
Yeah. It's not surprising to me.
If your kids are listening, shame on you.
Mm.
Anyway, so here's the thing. The shelf on the elf thing, I get very creative. I do all sorts of stuff, and it's exhausting. And I want it to stop. And I thought, I saw that somebody did this. They took some chicken bones like some chicken wing bones that had been eaten off of, and they laid them out in the shape of a skeleton, and then they put the hat there, and a note from Santa saying, "The elf was delicious. I took the cookies with me," and they put ketchup on it. You know, it looked like a crime scene. I'm thinking of doing that at the beginning. Can I do that? I don't know if I can do that. Maybe I'll just.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
You know,
all I can say is wow.
It's a bit dark. So on brand. So go for it.
On brand.
Well, all right. So what if I have the elf on the shelf way up where I say, "Look, there he is," and he's like pointing and laughing like it was his joke. Just kind of, and then she'll be mad at him saying, "That wasn't funny. I don't ever want to see you again." Mission accomplished.
Go for it. Just and then come back and of course tell us how it went, because I got it.
I'll film it.
I have no comment.
I'll film it.
No comment at all.
I don't know. This might be, if you remember the 80s movie Better Off Dead, this might be the Lane Meyer year for the elf on the shelf, if you know what I mean.
Geez. Okay.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. Now, we've seen interest rates go as low as we've seen them in years recently. We've also seen them bouncing around. A lot of uncertainty of what is going on in the loan game as far as mortgages are concerned. That's why I lean on my friends at the Lund Mortgage Team. They have been in business for 20 plus years here in the Valley. They only lend in Arizona. They are trusted. They'll get you that reliable quote. And if you're thinking about refinancing, whether it's to just lower your rate, maybe lower the terms of your rate, maybe down to 15 or 20 years, or if you're like, hey, we got a lot of debt on the side, we got some problems going on, we want to consolidate debt, or I've always wanted a pool. Now's the time to do it. Take some of that equity out, refinance, and get things done around your house that you want. But you got to use the best in the business. That's the Lund Mortgage Team. 623-875-9940. 623-875-9940. Or check them out online, lundmortgage.com.
'Twas the season of cheer and joy filled the town, except for Scrooge with his perma frown. The gift of a Peloton bike touched his soul without doubt.
Work, Peloton.
When your workout's a joy, it's a joy to work out.
You can do it.
The original Peloton bike is our best price ever, $39 a month. All access membership separate. Terms apply. See website for details.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
The old way of living with diabetes is a pain. You've got to remember to do your testing, and you always need to be sticking your fingers. The new way to live your life with diabetes is with a continuous glucose monitor. You simply apply a discreet, easy-to-use sensor on your body, and it continuously monitors your glucose levels, helping you spend more time in range and freeing you from painful finger pricks. If you test your blood sugar at least 4 times per day and inject insulin at least 3 times per day, or use an insulin pump and have private insurance or Medicare, you might be eligible for a CGM with little or no cost to you. Call U.S. Medical Supply today for a free benefits check. We offer free shipping, 90-day supplies, and we bill Medicare or your insurance directly. Call now and say goodbye to finger pricks.
800-438-8173. 800-438-8173. 800-438-8173. That's 800-438-8173.
1580, The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. All right, let me give you the NFL rundown here for the week. Thursday, we got Cowboys at Saints, but that's over on Money Radio 1510 at 6 p.m. Then on Sunday Night Football, we got 49ers at Seahawks. I can call it right now, 49ers for the win. Then Monday Night Football,
This one will be good. A Patriots and Bills showdown. I kind of like that. Although I don't know, maybe the Bills, they ain't what we thought they were going to be, and the Patriots, they're not what we thought they'd be. It's actually like they flipped fortunes a little bit there, didn't they?
The Patriots are starting to put it together, and the Bills kind of never got going in the first place. They got a bunch of really easy games to start, but every time they play an actual opponent who can beat them, they lose.
Fed fan says, might as well start saving up for those therapy sessions for your young daughter, Jeffrey. And King of Kitten says, Jeffrey, Elf on a Shelf. How old is this kid? Oh, she's 27, but we just don't have the heart to break it to her. Billy from Phoenix says, count me in on that, Jeffrey. I'm so over the Elf on the Shelf. I can't read the rest of your text. You do what you got to do, man. Don't do that. Senior Wake and Bake says, hey, Keon, your Washington team is like the Apache Junction of Arizona. You know it's there, but nobody really wants to visit.
Not that stadium.
Wow. He doesn't understand. How do you explain Apache Junction to somebody who's new in town?
You know those when you go to the doctor, they have those containers on the wall that's marked sharps. It's Apache Junction.
The hazardous materials.
Okay.
Apache Junction. Think of a national park restroom, but worse.
Wow. I'm having trouble making that worse, though.
See what I'm saying?
Oh, trust me, it is. It is.
Don't go any further east on the US 60 than, say, Ellsworth. That's about where you should. And even then, don't go that far.
Good to know.
King of Kitten says, speaking of the bitch pigeons, anyone check in on Ralph? He goes on some pretty good benders, so I'll check in with him tomorrow. Roll Tide Kara says, my elves are going to Hungry Howie's with a friend of mine that works there, and they're going to go make pizzas. Oh, okay. Yeah, get those elves working. Ukla says something gross. Fed fan says, I reread that. Beer Bob says, whoever sent that text was wrong. Kyler Murray's Elf on a Shelf time is over. Wasn't that what they were calling him? His being out for the last few games? What?
Oh, because he was injured, so he's on the shelf.
Yeah.
And an elf on the shelf.
Have another drink, Beer Bob. Puts the lotion in the basket, says, you guys should lay off Kyler Murray. He's much taller than the elf on the shelf. No, I meant to say the elf in Bad Santa. Billy from Phoenix says, Apache Junction's like the cast of Tiger King, Keon.
That is impressive and also scary.
It's worse.
How could it be worse?
Just trust us.
Okay.
Big George says, Chris Cuomo has been suspended indefinitely. Okay, nobody cares, but we're doing sports. Put that somewhere else, George. Yeah, wrong show. But since you want to bring up something about CNN or Fox, I'll tell you what, Enos Cantor, whose now last name is Freedom, he got his American citizenship and immediately went on Tucker Carlson. I don't know why, but he did. Okay. And he says, I feel like they should just keep their mouth shut and stop criticizing the greatest nation in the world. They should focus on their freedoms and their human rights and democracy. So Enos Cantor, becoming an American, immediately tells people, stop being American. Stop exercising your new freedoms.
Thanks, Inez.
Thank you, Enos Freedom. I think he still has a little more education to go on the whole thing about America. By the way, remember yesterday we were talking about the baby having some people ejected because he didn't like what they were saying.
Leave.
We never found out what the hell it was about. So now we found out that. Well, we did. Somebody said maybe they said something about his children getting killed in a car accident. That is pretty low. That is garbage. Yeah. And yeah, I guess I have no problem with them being thrown out if they actually did say that. But I guess Tristan Thompson, got some Grizzly fans ejected for heckling him because they were heckling him about the Kardashians. And I don't know what the hell it is they said, but it was Kardashian oriented. And He says, hey, listen, they can say anything they want about me or they can boo. Oh, actually, this was Alvin Gentry saying that. He says, but there's no room for saying inappropriate things at this sporting event. That's not why you're there. That's why I've been there.
That's why a lot of people are there.
I was not right on the court, though, but I was really hoping Kobe heard me yell, no means no, Kobe. I did it the whole game. Every time he was on my side of the court.
Until that Laker fan threatened to cut you.
She did. A girl stood up and threatened to stab me. And I said, did you not hear me say no means no? You can't put that in me without my permission. And that got a laugh, but her boyfriend had to restrain her. So now I guess this is the thing now where the players can just get random people ejected because they don't like what they're saying.
Well, it is a softer, gentler society now.
I do think that there has to be some more of a review process there. Like I don't mind players going, nope, that person crossed the line, get him out of here. But just so that we know that the person actually did cross the line and it's not just your word against the players. And because they're the player, you're getting tossed from an event you did pay to go see.
So at what level seats does the First Amendment go out the window? I'm just trying
the level where they can hear you.
Well, you can hear me.
Where the First Amendment goes out the window.
I don't know if that's a First Amendment thing. You're at a private event.
I gave it a shot. All right. So how about the Second Amendment? No, I'm kidding. Stop. Yeah, I mean, I get it. You're sitting on the floor, you're that close, and it's something that it's like, okay, that's messed up. But yeah, Randy, you're right. Soft. It's 10 ply. That's why I'm asking, at what range do people go, come on, man?
I mean, saying something about you hope your kids get killed.
That is ugly.
That is very excessive. Because I know Berg, what I said a while ago about Berg, it's all in fun. But
he laughed his ass off.
They don't know you, and you don't know them, and it's just kind of rude to say something. You hope his kids get killed.
Yeah, so that's messed up.
Things like that. You've got to learn control somewhere. But yeah, it is a softer, gentler society now. Okay. And these guys out there, if you say something about, hey, how's your daughter you had with one of the Kardashians and you left her while she was pregnant, whatever. Well, you did do that. If that's what they said, deal with it. You're going to have to stand up for whatever it is you had happen. I mean, what do you want me to say?
And that's where I'm like, I don't know what the context is, where it's just like, because that is
so we're going to go ahead,
a mother of your kid.
I don't know. To define what is too far. Now, generally, when you go to a sporting event, you should be heckling them about their game, and having some fun with it. It should never be an ugly, evil thing. But Kobe raped that girl. So if I'm up there yelling, no means no, it's indirect. And was that too much? Should I have been ejected?
I don't know if you should, but that's
no. He totally raped that girl.
You were stating a truth, and you were doing it in a way that is at least educated. Some of these people use foul language, and they use disgusting terms
and leave
talking
people's
about
family out of stuff.
You're talking about your wife or your girlfriend, people just know there needs to be a good class on heckling. Because the art of heckling has gone out the window. Now it's just some loudmouth who's got too many Bud Lights in them, and they think they can say whatever they want, and it starts to get disgusting after a while.
I had no beers in me when I was heckling Kobe Bryant, and had he given me a $4 million diamond ring, I probably would have stopped. I'd admit.
Don't think yours was forthcoming.
Just saying.
But yeah, no, I don't think you should have been tossed for that. Like if someone has public legal battles, stuff that's out there in the public eye, I think you're allowed to bring that up. I just think that when it comes to their family members, keep that out of your mouth. That's just my way of looking at it. There's just no reason.
No place for that.
LeBron's son is not playing basketball. Khloe Kardashian's not playing basketball. I don't know. Heckle the person that's there. And if there's stuff that they've done that's public and we can all laugh at it, well, we can all laugh at it.
Yeah. So here on the show, I can do an impersonation of Khloe Kardashian, and it's okay, but I shouldn't do it on the court.
If you're there,
I might distract him. Justin, it's me. I need some child support. Oh God! Oh, you got me. I really, because you're about her size and height, Jeffrey. Oh, you. Too much?
A bit. Like if you acted the whole thing out there at the stadium, would be a bit excessive.
Colts fan Dan says Randy would take 35 Bud Lights to get to that blood alcohol content. Nondescript says sticks and stones. Maybe players should take some millions and buy some thicker skin. Yeah, maybe get it grafted on there or something, huh? Fighting Wampa says Christmas Day comes early tonight. Warriors, Suns, great game.
Very excited about it.
Fighting Wampa, I'm not going to say what you said. I'm going to say instead, go Suns. So there. Baker Cocky Hen says, I remember as a teenager watching the game in the bleachers at Wrigley, and everyone harassed the legendary Bobby Bonilla the entire game, yelling, Bobby's got a big butt in unison over and over. He got so mad, and it was majestic. That's awesome. Roll Tight Kara says, if you're not making fun of me, then I'm worried you're mad at me. I'm not mad at anybody. Senior Wake and Bake says, Keon, take the 60 East until heavy chemical smell, and then start to notice a lack of teeth. No, just don't go past Ellsworth. Just trust me.
I'm just going to trust you and Randy on.
Trust me on this. All right, guys, must take break. We'll return. One more hour of this nonsense. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Okay, men, this is your time. Maybe you didn't choose this, but you're here now. You're going to go out there and be an all-star caregiver. It's up to you. So what are you going to do? You're going to go grocery shopping, cook, clean, be there emotionally and physically. You got to dig deeper. Drive them to physical therapy, doctor's appointments. Don't you forget about the pharmacy. No, you won't, because that's what caregivers do. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. This is your time to show the world, your family, and yourself that you're tougher than tough. You go out there and be the best caregiver this world has ever seen. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
It's time for some straight talk. Sure, saving money feels good, but cutting your wireless bill in half, that feels really good. Like walk-off home run in the 9th inning good. Okay, maybe not that good, but pretty darn good. With Straight Talk, you can get 25 gigs of high-speed data for $45 a month, up to 50% less than the other guys, plus no contract. All on America's best networks. Why pay a whole lot when you can pay half? Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
Airlines have just reduced their prices even more. Book 30 days in advance and save big.
Want the absolute lowest prices on your airline tickets? Then call the Low Cost Airlines Travel Hotline right now. For prices so low, we can't publish them anywhere. The only way to access our low rates and save up to 70% is to call. Save hundreds on your vacation tickets by calling right now. You can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go and pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
802-341-4535. 802-341-4535. 802-341-4535. That's 802-341-4535.
This is Joan, enjoying some me time up on the rim. This is Simon and his friends paddling the Salt River. And this is Brad. Brad is, well, no one knows where Brad is. What they all have in common is that they went to azmbdnow.gov to quickly and easily renew their registration or 30 other services. So go to azmbdnow.gov and get more time to enjoy all the things you
Sponsored by ADOT in partnership with the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
Quiet, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. You got Keon Rose in the control room. You guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studio in Scottsdale, trying to explain to Keon Apache Junction. And I don't know if it's getting through to him, Randy. Tiger Paws says, pickup line for Apache Junction, nice tooth.
Yep.
All right, that actually helps a lot.
She says in real estate, we always said that Apache Junction was the place of every building code violation known to man.
Okay. Starting to get a clearer picture just from those two things.
Puts the lotion in the basket, says, maybe it's just me, but Apache Junction kind of smells like pee.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's also true. Baby Got Dak says, Keon, I have a customer that I occasionally have to visit in Apache Junction. When I go there, I have a pepper spray strapped to one thigh, a 9mm strapped to the other, and I'm always wearing a skirt, so I have easy access, and I still feel scared. Easy access to the weapons. I
got that, and look, this is not coming up to be a very good picture of Apache Junction, and I'll heed the advice.
Colts fan Dan says, AJ. Okay. King Kitten says, all right, let's do this for the new audiences in the car. What are you, a producer? Big game tonight. No, not going to talk about stupid Lakers. But he says Warriors Suns. Who do you got? Well, we all have the Suns, right? We all have the Suns winning this.
I'm taking the home team.
Keon,
I'm taking the Suns too.
There you go, King Kittens. Random texter says Apache Junction. Feral cats won't even live there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that one got me. Wiggy my piggy says, Jeffrey, Apache Junction is Gila Ben's little sister. Oh man.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Rough Rob.
I don't think Keon's been through Gila Ben yet.
Don't.
Also don't.
Yeah,
okay.
Don't.
Well, there's a reason why you drive through it, because you're not supposed to stop.
Okay.
Or around it. Take the 8. Rough Rob says these basketball players are soft. They can't even take what people say to them. Got to reject these guys' man cards.
I don't know. It's just like if you're at your place of work, you're here to work, you're here to play basketball. You understand that the crowd is part of it. There are lines that the crowd can cross. I think so. Well, I don't think that makes you soft necessarily.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there is a point. I guess there's a point. I don't know.
Look, if you did what Kobe did, it's fair game. And I don't think
in the public eye. You're a public figure.
I don't think what Jeffrey was saying was anything disgusting. But when you get disgusting with it, or you start talking about his family, in disgusting ways, then I think you've crossed a line.
Sorry, I'm a little distracted. I just found some really nasty schmutz on the mic holder from Bruce Jacobs.
I'm sorry.
I shouldn't have touched it. Sorry. Beer Bob says, I wonder if anybody's tried trash talking Tom Brady about leaving Bridget Moynihan to go be with Giselle. I wonder how that would have gone. I could just see some drunk being like, oh, look at you. You left one beautiful supermodel actress for another supermodel beautiful actress, you loser.
Oh yeah, no, you get to be with Giselle, Victoria's Secret model. You sure lose at life, Tom Brady.
Your wife speaks broken English. Yeah. There's really nothing.
Your wife is a Brazilian supermodel. Oh, the humanity.
Your wife makes more money than you, loser. Loser. Yeah, it just doesn't work, does it?
No, it's just not quite. There's no way to insult Tom Brady at this point. There just isn't.
Fed fan says, I want it to be known that I was not the lady who went after Jeffrey at the game. Besides, I hate the Lakers. And she says, by the way, I'm watching beefy women competing in lumberjack activities called timber sports. This basketball game tonight cannot come fast enough. Wow. That's, yeah.
Maybe is that on the Ocho?
Grab a magazine. Just, I don't know. Hitting the Nut says, if Oprah was to hand out prizes to people in Apache Junction to say, you get a meth lab, you get a meth lab, and they all be like, we got one already. We don't need this one. Fish Tank says, I just saw that Daniel Jones is not expected to start against the Dolphins. Got himself a neck string. So you know who we're going to see? Mike the Neck Glennon.
Wow.
Glennon.
He's back.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay, how did he do last time? I think he won. Didn't he win?
I don't remember. I mean, let me go ahead and look this up.
Is Tua back?
Tua's back. Tua looked good on Sunday.
When I say back, is he back? You say he looked good.
Yes, he is.
The Dolphins just got a little more interesting, didn't they?
Yes.
Tiger Paws says, wasn't that long ago they used to issue RUIs in Apache Junction, riding under the influence, people falling off their horses in the middle of the street drunk. I think it was a while ago, Tiger Paws. Really?
Wasn't Apache Junction the site of that famous lawnmower police chase?
Well, one of them, I'm sure.
When the guy was on his lawnmower and the police were chasing him.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, Randy. I would not be surprised. Cowboy Sparky says, good morning, gentlemen. I work nights now, so this is my morning. Is Antonio Pierce and his job in danger? My fear is he gets on with Arizona and helps turn that program around. You know, he's a good recruiter there, getting players out of California. All right, Keon, any chance that Antonio Pierce ends up with the Arizona?
I would have to say low. I mean, he is a big part of Herm's staff, and more importantly, the focus of the NCAA investigation into ASU is on Antonio Pierce. So I can't imagine he would just leave as though the investigation wouldn't still focus on him and possibly punishing him. I don't know that he's that hireable outside of ASU.
Antonio Pierce, fall guy.
And Antonio Pierce's son, I believe, plays for the Sun Devils. So why would he leave to go to U of A?
Good questions. All good questions. By the way, USC had to issue an apology. I guess that a bunch of their kids were yelling, bleep the Mormons, F the Mormons at the BYU game. Now, this was a home game, I believe, for USC. And they were just this big student section just screaming and F the Mormons chant. And of course, you know, I don't think that the student body knew this because generally USC idiots. USC's own quarterback, Jackson Dart. Yeah, he's with the church.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Your own quarterback is Mormon and you're screaming F the Mormons.
Yeah.
Even then, that's not cool. That is not. Why would you do that? Why would you? Now, when I make reference to Utah teams, I always say, oh, they're going to play the Mormons. I say it in a positive way. And I also know that Mormons generally have a pretty good sense of humor about things. I even make little jokes about their magic underwear. But I've never randomly just started screaming F the Mormons. I mean, how dumb is that? I mean, that's not, I mean, even as far as chants go, that's why would you go there?
So that's funny because we were talking about how soft players and stuff are, but Randy said something that we kind of passed over, which is that insults aren't as clever as they used to be. They're just blah. They're just stuff. Yeah. F the Mormons is not clever.
This one was dumb, even in the direction of now you're heckling your own quarterback.
Yeah.
You don't think he heard that? It's like, what the hell? Good Lord.
Yeah. Like, I'm a good person. What?
Yeah. I mean, if you really want to prove to us, USC, that you are badasses, why don't you scream F the Muslims and see what happens next?
Oh, boy.
But I wouldn't, though. Would be the thing.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. Be respectful of other people's religions, if nothing else.
Because on the list of reasons to just fight somebody, that's high on the list is their faith, their family, that they're just things. You just leave them alone.
I
that's
suddenly
one of them.
See Marvin the Martian. I'm waiting to hear the magnificent baboon. So yeah, how dumb is USC? How dumb is that? All right, so now we got LSU hiring Brian Kelly away from Notre Dame. Notre Dame's looking for a new coach. Why would Brian Kelly leave? 10 years, $95 million. Any other questions? Nope. Good. Moving on. Because that's the way it works.
10 years, $95 million, the most fertile recruiting bed in the entire country because you've got Louisiana, you've got the Deep South to the east of you, and you've got Texas to the west of you.
And Brian Kelly is a very successful recruiter, by the way.
Yeah, and absolutely.
Infinite booster money for whatever project you want to take on while you're at LSU.
So why, and now I get it, it's $95 million, but why did he leave Notre Dame? Notre Dame couldn't find any money for
couldn't get over that hump. And,
really the most successful coach they've ever had in history. The history of Notre Dame, more successful than Newt Rockne, more successful than anybody else. You couldn't find the money?
No.
I'm sure that they would have loved to, but that like the LSU booster money is more than what they've got at Notre Dame. And it's just easier for them to pitch on, hey, we don't have the academic standards that Notre Dame has.
Mm-hmm.
You could get any kid to come here. We don't have the fact that, if you're going to be here, you're going to, worship like a Catholic. You're going to follow these rules and guidelines. We don't have that at LSU.
Can I tell you how stupid USC is? They don't actually, I just learned this. They actually, their players, they don't actually go to school there. They're all tutored through Bishop Sycamore online courses. So that's how bad it is. All right. So Notre Dame needs a coach. And again, Cliff Kingsbury's name starts popping up saying, wait a second, why not Cliff Kingsbury there at the Notre Dame?
At Notre Dame?
Yeah.
No way.
And and then somebody says, who really wanted to be a coach at Notre Dame, right? Dream job. He actually said one day, dream job. Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer has said in the past 2010, saying, that was one of his dream jobs. In fact, his wife even had said as much. So they asked Urban Meyer and he says, I have no interest in returning to college. So you know what that means? He's going back to college and he's going to coach at Notre Dame.
Just the NFL job for the same reason I don't think Kingsbury would go to Oklahoma. It's not that Oklahoma isn't a prestigious football school, a blue blood and a power. It's that being in the NFL is just so much easier from the standpoint of you don't have to recruit anybody. You don't have to convince anybody to go to the program. You just draft them.
Colts fan Dan says, Brian Kelly just wants to compete against the best, like Saban.
Well, he knows Saban. He lost to him in that championship game a few years ago. So I think the thing about it for Brian Kelly, he could not get over the hump and win a national championship because of all the academic standards that they have at Notre Dame, all of the student standards that they have. Now he can go to LSU, where it is a plethora of talent, and it's just waiting. These guys are just waiting to jump into this pool at LSU and play football, and he has no more standards to worry about other than go out and win. That's all he has to worry about. I mean, hell, people are knocking on the door trying to get in there.
Mr. Wilbur says, I'll guarantee this, in 3 years, we'll be talking about how LSU can't stand Brian Kelly, and they'll be moving him on. He's so overrated, it's not even funny. Remember, Notre Dame plays the military schools and other non-conference type teams. Brian Kelly will not survive.
Notre Dame had a pretty damn solid schedule this year. They win 10 games a year. And again, they have academic requirements. It's like winning at Stanford. It's not easy to do because they have academic requirements that other schools just don't have. And you're still trying to get top tier athletes to come in there. I think Brian Kelly will be fine. I think he is a tremendously good coach.
Big George says Brian Kelly killed a kid at Notre Dame up in that tower. Good riddance, Brian Kelly.
Well, he didn't actually kill the kid.
It was an accident, and it was a tragedy. And I do think he's partially responsible, but I wouldn't say that it's accurate to say killed a kid.
Cheese Skulls Burner says, just got out of the Gnome chiropractor, and I feel a little bit taller now. Said no one. Big Stanky 87 says, look at Conor McGregor and Khabib. Well, that was two guys talking crap at each other and fighting. That's a bit different. Mile High Guy says USC next week. F the Christians. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Wow.
Random texter says Urban Meyer to Notre Dame. And Timber Sports, what channel's that on? Nothing like seeing a woman in flannel. Okay, calm down there. Easy, down boy.
Wow.
Fighting Wampa says, I think it was pretty safe for USC to yell F the Mormons. After all, they are the Trojans. 99% effective. All right. Hefty Lefty says, hockey chirps still get very creative. Well, the chirps in hockey generally are the players. That's a difference. And besides, you can't really hear a whole lot of the crowd when you're playing hockey because that plexiglass. You can hear the roar, but you're not hearing specific things. Oh, yeah, there have been times guys have tried to crawl out of the penalty box to murder a fan because they were leaning over saying stuff. But generally, yeah, hockey is not one of those sports.
I did go to a Nashville Predators game one time, though, and it was the fans get everything going in unison over there.
Yeah.
And so, every time a goalie gives up a shot, they basically just tell the guy it's all his fault. And you can just watch his body language.
He shoots, he scores. Hey, goalie, you suck. Yeah,
Wow.
that's usually the chant right there.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
At least it's about the game, right?
Yeah.
Lost Toby, he's earlier was like, wow, I won the NFL fan pick'em week 12. And we were like, yeah. And he's like, on my way to the Warriors Suns game. Should be a great game. Like you need a prize, Lost Toby.
Have fun, Lost Toby.
Oh, I'm so jealous. He says, more importantly, did I win beer? No, you won an NFL jersey of your choice. Whatever size, whatever team, whatever era, home or away, whatever name, you get it. So I'll send you an email a little bit later on to explain that to you, Lost Toby. Now I'm not going to be that much of a hurry to send it, you lucky bastard. I wish I was going to the game tonight. Senior Wake and Bake says, regular science made no sense, let alone Christian science. Oh, come on, guys. We're not going to start doing religious jokes here.
Wow.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, Brian Kelly's a murderer. If you heard it on 1580 The Fanatic, it must be true. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Murderer.
Yeah, there was
Did he push a kid off a tower?
He did not push a kid off a tower. They were going to record a practice. He sent a kid up on the tower
on one of those high lifts.
Yeah.
Oh, that cherry picker thing goes.
Yeah. And it was windy,
and it fell over.
And it fell over
and killed him.
Yes.
Oh, come on.
And the kid said he wasn't comfortable going up before.
And he's like, get up there, you little pansy.
Yeah. Basically, he was like, it's just go up and do it. You're worrying about nothing. And wow, yeah. And Brian Kelly does take that really hard. So then people
not so hard. He stopped coaching, huh?
Well,
don't know if I could keep going. I mean, if I were to send you up on a high place to tie off a banner at a remote and you fell and died, I don't know.
Could you keep doing radio?
You'd have to finish the remote.
Well, not that. Yeah, we'd have to finish remote. Not that day. I mean, we're all getting paid, so
there is a talent fee involved.
Yeah, I mean, be reasonable.
I mean, can I have Randy? We'll just split Keon's talent fee. It's okay.
That's cool. I mean, come on.
Oh, get over it, Keon. Just tie up the banner.
No, you got it. You look safe. Fish Tank says, I don't think Notre Dame is taking Urban Meyer's bar routine over there for the Catholic kids. They got to find someone who doesn't have video of himself fondling women. Ukla the Mock says, oh my God, I don't want Urban at Notre Dame. I won't root for them anymore. I thought you were a Arizona person. Pringle says, so Keon, does Brian Kelly make it through that contract at LSU? Alabama says he doesn't.
I think he does. And I think the good example of this is Texas A&M and Jimbo Fisher. I mean, the expectations for Jimbo are sky high, and he has managed to come close to meeting those expectations, and as a result is surviving the length of that contract.
Yeah.
They want to be competitive.
Fubar wants to know if you've seen the South Park episode about the Washington football team.
I have. It was hilarious.
There you go. Beer Bob says Apache Junction is like Wrigley Field bathroom troughs, and Ronnie woohoo before he got his teeth fixed is their mayor. I don't know what that means. 602 Pat's fan says Patriots are going to mess around and make the Super Bowl. I'd say you got a chance. I'd say you got a chance there, Pat's fan. Heavy Metal Maniac says best damn Taco Tuesday, Taco Guild, 7th Street and Osborne tonight.
Ooh, that's a good one.
The donating part of their proceeds to the dog shelter is it's also set in an old Catholic church. The restaurant is very beautiful inside. It's amazing. So
yeah, it is. It's very cool there.
Taco Guild, 7th Street in Osborne. Jagdog says, ever seen the movie The Hills Have Eyes, Keon?
I haven't.
Watch it. That's Apache Junction.
Is that a horror movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fed fan says, wish me luck. I'm cooking steaks the sous vide way for the first time. Let's hope this works. Do it once, but don't ever do it again, Fed fan. Trust me. The classic way is the best way, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Baker's Cocky Ham says, literally, the kid tweeted, gusts of winds up to 60 miles an hour will be fun today at work. Guess I've lived long enough. Kelly's is a good coach, though. You can't judge Notre Dame the same as teams with lower standards. Wow, that poor kid. That's just messed up.
Yeah.
All right, we got to take a break. There's tons of texts coming in, but we've got to move on. So we come back a little more on the college football. We still have yet to talk about the Grand Canyon University Mighty Lopes last night. We haven't talked about the fact the Coyotes won a game. We haven't talked about this new contract for Javier Baez and a bunch of football, too. Come on back, kids. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Heads up, sports bettors. Right now, you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
The Arizona Cardinals getting set for their matchup against the Chicago Bears coming up on Sunday. The Cardinals 9-2. The Bears, they are 4-7. Cardinals continue to sit as 8-point favorites, over under at 45.5. The Cardinals continue to be tied to have the 4th best odds to win it all this year. The Buccaneers, Chiefs, and Packers have the 3 best odds at plus 550, plus 700, and plus 750 respectively. And then the Cardinals and the Buffalo Bills, they are tied with plus 800 odds to win the championship this season. For the latest odds all the time, visit vsin.com. I'm Matt Pauley on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 The Fanatic.
My stomach.
Don't worry, I've got you covered.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
What's that?
It's Pepto-Bismol Chews.
Pepto-Bismol's in a chew?
Yeah, they taste great and provide fast relief. And you can always have Pepto-Bismol handy.
Ooh, let me try it.
Try Pepto-Bismol Chews for fast relief.
Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
You ever hear something on the radio and figure I got to give it a shot? Well, I did. This is Stephen McCollum, host of The Main Event here on The Fanatic. I heard all the ads for Valley Medical Weight Loss and thought, what have I got to lose? I'm a client with Valley Medical Weight Loss, so I know firsthand that it really works. Valley Medical is a true pioneer in the weight loss industry, supervised by board-certified physicians, helping you gain the edge in your weight loss battle, boosting your energy, and getting you real results. 3 Valley locations, so there's one near you. Visit valleymedicalweightloss.com for info, and when you go, mention The Fanatic or Money Radio and get your first week free.
FanDuel Fan Fest is coming to Scottsdale, and you can be there for free. Don't miss your chance to hang out with sports legends and see live performances by Griffin and Nelly, plus play games and win prizes. Enjoy delicious food trucks, kick back in the beer garden, and a whole lot more. To get your 2 free tickets, place any bet of $20 or more at FanDuel Sportsbook app.
New to FanDuel? Sign up now by going to FanDuel.com/AZ FanFest, and you'll get a risk-free bet of up to $1,000.
FanDuel Fan Fest. It's the hottest party in sports. Presented by Lionsgate American Underdog, and it all goes down Saturday, December 11th at Westworld of Scottsdale.
Just visit FanDuel.com/AZ FanFest to get your 2 free tickets now. That's FanDuel.com/AZ FanFest.
21 plus and present in Arizona. Opt-in required for existing users. Refund for new users is issued as a non-withdrawable site credit that expires 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/FanFest. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
When it comes to automotive repairs, where do you start? Been looking for a new home? Should you rent or buy? If you're looking for the latest trends in the automotive industry or real estate, look no further than the Drive Friendly Radio Show. Hosted by Steve, with over 40 years in the automotive industry, and Felicia, who's well established in the real estate market, you can get great advice and insight you can trust. You'll be smarter for listening, and maybe you'll have a little fun too. The Drive Friendly Radio Show, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Get your college game on. Get ready for the fight songs. Get ready for the traditions. Get ready for the rivalries. It's college football.
He's gone. There he goes. Through the line. He'll take it to the house, 90 yards.
And we've got the games you want to hear.
Wide open, and the tight end will
Walks to the end zone. College football lives on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports.
The Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Fish Tank says, I really enjoyed watching Keon sing the Pepto-Bismol song through the break. You feeling okay over there, pal?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. The song is catchy, so sometimes I sing along.
We all do. I mean,
like, how can you not sing that?
Didn't really sing along with I am the sauce. I like the sauce. I am the sauce. I hate the sauce one, but I hate that. Where were we? Okay, we're about to do 4 downs with Keon Rose, but before we get there, we have a couple things to take care of. Right now, speaking of college, GCU Lopes men's basketball hosting Mississippi Valley State. These tickets are for December 4th, which is, I believe, what is that, Saturday? Yes,
Saturday.
December
4th. Yes.
So if you've never seen the Havoc in action in the stands, if you've never been to a GCU game, it's a beautiful arena. It's a beautiful time, and I got to tell you, you will have a ball. Absolutely will have a ball. And I got 4 tickets for that game right here, right now. So let's do it right here, right now. We'll take the 4th caller, Keon. 4th caller, 888-368-1580. If you want 2, take 2. If you want 4, take 4. Whatever is left, we'll give to the next person. But call Keon right now, 888-368-1580, and you can get these tickets. He's going to start with caller number 4. And while he's taking care of that, I'll just read some of these texts real fast.
Have fun. All right.
She Skulls Burner says, breaking news, Urban Meyer to leave Jacksonville to join OnlyFans. That is disturbing. Senior Wake and Bake says, so what's the over-under on Kelly killing another student? Well, considering the past, well, you could say under because, you'd be more careful next time, or over if you consider him careless. I don't know him well enough.
Terrible oversight on his part. He regrets that it happened. He regrets that he made the kid go up there. He's thought about it. Just terrible oversight. He'll even admit it. So I don't think this guy is in any way dangerous to the kids.
So LSU, what's their mascot again? Gators?
No, Tigers. Tigers.
Come on, kid, don't be a pansy. Get in there with that tiger. We need a photo op.
No, I don't think that would ever happen.
Jagdog says, Jeffrey, my wife put the elf on the shelf on top of a lamp. She left the room. The elf's head melted down onto the table, and my 4-year-old daughter was the one who found the body. Horrified.
Oh man.
Colts fan Dan says, tell Fed fan, don't overcook the meat. Let it rest for at least 8 minutes before you eat it too. Well, I'm sure she's read all about it, but see if she listens. Cowboy Sparky says, wasn't Breaking Bad based on life in general in Apache Junction?
I think so.
Was it based? Seriously?
No.
Oh, you got me. Big George says, Jeffrey, are you and Randy going to be on the hot seat? I asked last week, and Randy said no because you were hunting for wild turkeys. I don't know. We might be on the. I don't think we're on the hot seat. Are we on the hot seat?
That's what 4 downs is. We finally get on the hot seat.
On the hot seat.
Yeah,
well,
I am.
I think he's asking if we literally, you and I, are on the hot seat.
No, I don't think so. Unless you know something that we don't know.
The minute we don't think we could get fired, that's when we get fired.
Yeah.
We always feel like there's a good chance of it. And oftentimes we're surprised we haven't been.
Yeah. We're surprised every time we come back and our key works.
Yeah, that's one of those things. One of these days it won't, and we won't be shocked. We won't be shocked. Fed Fan says, thanks for the steak advice. I always like learning something new.
I'm interested in how that turns out. Now, I've understood the process of the sous vide way of doing steaks, and I've always just sort of, not so much on that. But hey, maybe you know something I don't. Baker Cocky Hen says, seems like Kelly is the next Sandusky. No, okay. Now, there's a far, far distance between molesting kids and telling a kid he's a pansy for not going up on a cherry picker at a very, very high height to record a practice, even though he says he's scared and the winds are gusting up to 60 miles an hour and he thinks he's going to die, and he does. Huge difference.
Yeah, let's be clear. I don't think I don't recall in that 30 for 30 or whatever it was.
They had a 30 for 30 about it?
Oh, yeah. I don't think that he ever called him a pansy and said, get up. I just think he decided to go ahead with the practice.
So he was heckled about it,
in spite of the fact that there were high winds. So, and I don't know that he was heckled. I think
That's what Keon said. I believe Keon.
Well, okay. He was encouraged to just go up there and do his job. That's I think, and I don't think there was any heckling or name calling. I just said, look, we're going to have this game. I really want you to be up there.
Big George says, no, I meant figuratively on the hot seat with Keon Rose and 4 downs.
Yeah.
It's my favorite weekly segment. Wow, really? All of them that we've done? Seriously? It's kind of hurtful there. It's okay. Fed Fan says, I did Italian chicken on Sunday. It was delicious. When you said you did the Italian chicken, did you do that the sous vide way? Is that something you could do chicken with?
What is a sous vide? You keep talking.
Somebody told me, I didn't like it, and then I forgot about it. So it's some sort of weird, sort of slow cooking thing, I guess. I don't know. Fed Fan, maybe you just fill us in on the basics on that. Well, he's on the phone a long time.
Well, yeah.
I wonder who the hell he's talking to right there.
Oh, he's probably his girlfriend.
Think so?
Yeah.
She must hate this show.
Because I mean, look at him. He's smiling. He's kind of.
All right. So what do we do? What do we got? Do we got a winner here? Do we got a winner?
Yeah, I believe we're giving away 2 tickets to King of Kittens.
It took you that long to give away 2? So now you got to take another call for the other 2.
For the other 2 tickets?
Yes.
I was trying to get the information. I try to be thorough.
Okay, you need to understand something. You're getting punked by these listeners. You know what happens? They know that we're sitting here stalling for time till you come back. So they'll talk and talk and talk and talk just to see how they're probably running a stopwatch going, I got it for 1:30. Woo! You got to go quicker with that, man.
I am trying. I don't know how to go faster on. I need your phone number.
Southern kindness you've got going there.
I need your email.
Randy, how does it work?
King of Kittens got a new phone number and email. So
show them how it's done.
Yeah, it's hi. You calling 4? Who's this? Okay, great. 2 or 4. You're gonna take 2. Okay, great. Thanks. What's your name? What's your phone number? All right, got it. See you. Bye.
Bam.
Okay. Am I or am I not taking email information also?
Well, how complicated is his email?
It isn't really, but he didn't know it off the top of his head. So he had to look for it because he's got a new email and a new phone number.
King of Kitten says, it's my fault. I took too much time. Why do we need his email address?
I don't know.
These aren't electronic tickets. These are paper tickets.
You always ask.
I showed you the paper tickets.
I understand that.
Fair,
I just need a phone number.
You always ask him, did you get his email address? So Keon is trying to be, he's trying to be, efficient here.
He's got to come to the station and get him too. Did you tell him that?
I did tell him that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank God we have his email address though. For Keon. All right. Well, the other 2 tickets we'll give away later or something because right now we have to move on. That's right. It's the only bit he has. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for 4 downs with Keon Rose.
Unbelievable. Just getting skewered and lampooned. All right. Whatever.
Are you new here? You're not that new here.
Not that new. But still. All right. Let's get to first down.
All right.
Because we had a weekend of things that were surprising, but also there were plenty of things that were
on the hot seat.
Not on the hot seat yet. Not on the hot seat yet.
Okay, sorry.
What was something that happened this last week that you actually figured would happen?
Colts losing. Told you.
Wow.
Did I not tell you? And everybody was like, oh, we're got a good chance. They lost. Okay. I knew it. Colts losing. Randy?
I ate turkey.
I think he means in football.
I do mean in football, but
you mean in football? Okay.
Yeah, I did mean in football, but I didn't specify. That's my fault.
let's see. What happened that I thought was going to happen, and I thought Washington was going to beat the Sea Loons.
Oh,
and
you
it
kiss
happened,
ass.
And I love it. And I love it. It makes up for all those years when old cheating Pete and his gum chewing ways would cheat his way out of wins. I love it.
So it's less about Keon's team and more about you just wanted to see the Seahawks lose.
That's 100% correct.
Fair enough.
I'll take it. I will absolutely take it. Actually, Jeffrey, I thought you were going to say Cam Newton and his 5 for 21 performance. And
Cam Newton wasn't about a week. Cam Newton was about a season. My prediction that what would happen there, and I was right about that.
Yeah, I mean, if you were the one that said he was washed up, and then there he is out there proving it on national television. I'm going to go with the Cowboys on Thanksgiving with the loss to the Raiders. I just do not trust this team in November. This is usually when if they pull it together, they're usually great afterwards. But if they start to unravel a little bit in November, they usually unravel a lot in November. And I felt like that's the direction we were going in, and that's the direction we went in.
Hard to coach when you got the COVID.
Yeah, it's also hard to coach when you're Mike McCarthy. Doesn't help either.
Bad.
So let's get to second down because we kind of know what our top NFC teams are. We've got a top tier Cardinals team. We've got a Packers team that wins. The Buccaneers are still incredibly hard to beat, even though their defense is dinged up and injured. But on the AFC, it's a little less clear. Who is your best AFC team?
Right now?
Right now.
Best right now AFC team.
Don't you dare say the Colts. I'll punch you.
The New England Patriots.
I can respect that.
The New England Patriots, because they're on an upward trend. They're trending upward. Bill Belichick has his team kind of playing the way that he wants them to play this time of year. And so I would have to say the New England Patriots.
No, King of Kittens. We're not going to meet you at the game to give you tickets. You got to pick them up at the station. Sorry. Just saw that text out of the corner of my eye there.
Suck it down.
I got Patriots too. I think that is the team that is progressively getting better when other teams are hit and miss. You think you know who is a good team, and suddenly they're not a good team. They've consistently gotten better as they gone. I got to go with you, Randy. Patriots. So you going to say you got something different, Keon?
I do have something different. I have the Kansas City Chiefs.
I
know.
God.
I don't suddenly
you
believe
really
in them.
think that they're back.
I don't think that they're back.
Who did they beat to win that last game? Who did they beat in that last game that makes you think, ooh, they're back?
I didn't say that they were back.
Bye week this
well,
week.
then how can you say they are the best team if they're not back? Because if they're not back now, they ain't going to make it back.
Because the ceiling on that team is so much higher than everybody else's. And like they've played a bunch of games where they played poorly, and it's not like they got blown out a bunch. They were just not winning. And I think that they fixed enough to say this could be the best team in the AFC, which is not a compliment on the Chiefs so much as the AFC has the Titans and no Derrick Henry. It has the up and down Baltimore Ravens. And even the Patriots are a team we just now are starting to turn the corner on. Maybe they might be good. It's just we don't have that top heavy AFC that we had once upon a time.
Where did you get the Kool-Aid? Because I'd like some. I love Kool-Aid. Give me some of that Chiefs Kool-Aid.
They're still talented. They still have Mahomes. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? They're suddenly at the top of a division. They have no business being at the top of it.
I feel a bet coming on.
And there you go. That's what I mean. And they really have not performed at a top level. That's why I didn't even think about the Chiefs.
Didn't even think about them. Sorry.
All right. Well, I'm zigging where others zag.
I feel like a bet is in order.
Maybe. So let's get to third down. We'll work out the bet a little bit later. But third down, which injured quarterback has the most to worry about moving forward? We've got Baker Mayfield being held together by tape. Apparently the reports were coming out after the Rams got bullied by the Packers that actually Matthew Stafford is playing through a bunch of injuries at this moment in time. Obviously, you've got Kyler Murray on the mend. Which quarterback with the injuries should be the most worried?
I felt like this was a weird question because anybody who's injured has got to worry because you never know what's going to happen. Look at how Russell Wilson has come back. So But for me, the quarterback that has the most to worry about moving forward, Jameis Winston, because yeah, I get it. He's out for the year. He had to have surgery, but we've seen so many negatives out of Jameis Winston. And then you have to sit back and watch, of course, Simeon fail. Now they're going to Taysom Hill. The Saints are looking at the situation going, dear God, we need to draft our future quarterback like yesterday. So then at that moment, it's easy to start to forget about Winston. That is what I think. And then if you look at it, oh, well, Winston comes back. Everything's going to be fine. No, it's not going to be fine. He had 2 good games out of the was it 7 games he played. He only had 2 remarkable games. The rest were mediocre and losses. And I looking at his fantasy football numbers as well as his regular stats, that right there, he had a couple of 40-point games that gave you hope, but the rest of the time, 9-2. It's like it was not a great season for Jameis Winston, who I really thought after the eye surgery, after all the issues that maybe would be put behind him, he would shine, but he's not. So he's the guy who has the most to worry about. Randy?
I would have to say it's Matthew Stafford, because coming into the season, the Los Angeles Rams and their head coach was even giddy. Sean McVay was very giddy about the fact that they landed this amazing veteran quarterback, and he finally has somebody in there that he doesn't have to coach and he doesn't have to make him better. So I would say Matthew Stafford has the most to worry about right now.
I feel like Sean McVay has the most to worry about in that situation.
They are joined at the hip. I'm going to go Baker Mayfield, because Baker's seeking that long-term contract here. They did pick up the 5th-year option on Baker, but Baker wants that long-term deal that the other quarterbacks in his draft class are going to get. Josh Allen got it. Mahomes got his. You got Lamar Jackson's probably going to get his. The way that he's played this year for the most part. So Baker is the guy that's kind of left out in the cold as far as that guy. And this year he could have proved it. He could have been the team that the Browns wanted, or been the quarterback the Browns wanted him to be.
Let me tell you why you're wrong. Because it's Cleveland, all he has to do is ride the excuse that he's hurt and get better and be a mediocre quarterback. And because it's Cleveland, they have nobody else and no prospects. And they've gone after like 18 different quarterbacks over the last how many years. They're just going to ride with him. He'll end up getting that contract because they got nobody else to give that contract to. Baker Mayfield has nothing to worry about. Does he suck? Yeah, I think he does. But he is Cleveland Browns good.
I don't know. I think this team got a taste of the playoffs. I think they want to be relevant and good, and they think they know, okay, our defense solid, running game good. What is the one thing that we have the ability to potentially upgrade in a draft type scenario? And it could be Baker Mayfield if he doesn't improve his play.
All right, we have to take a break real fast. When we come back, Keon is going to put us through the 4th down hot seat. King of Kittens is going to shoot his shot with FedFan. He's got a question he wants to ask when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Research shows that people remember radio ads with repetition. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here's a repetitive ad. Okay. Research shows that people remember radio ads with repetition. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here's a repetitive ad. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum from the Main Event here on 1580 The Fanatic. Coming up on Wednesday at 1 p.m., let's look at the aftermath of the Suns versus the Warriors. Did it live up to the hype? Have the shock announcements settled down in college football? Wednesday means injury reports in the NFL. Does the Cardinals injury report tell us anything about Hopkins and Murray? So join me, Stephen McCollum, on the Main Event, Wednesday, 1 p.m. on 1580, 99.3 FM, The Fanatic.
Contractors need bonds, and the professionals at Constructors Bonding have been Arizona's leading surety management team for 40 years. We don't just deliver bonds, we make your bonding better. As the #1 producer with 14 markets, Constructors Bonding has the relationships and expertise to get you better capacity, better rates, and better terms. For better bonding, call Dave McKee at Constructors Bonding at 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929. or visit cbialliance.com.
Sun Devil men's and women's basketball tip off their December matchups with 2 exciting games featuring the annual Teddy Bear Toss. First, the men host Washington State in their Pac-12 opener Wednesday, December 1st at 5:30, before the women take on UTSA on the first day of the ASU Classic, Saturday, December 4th at 1 p.m. Bring new or gently used teddy bears to the box office on game day to receive half off admission to the men's game and $5 admission to the women's game. Get your advanced tickets today at sundeviltickets.com.
8 out presents Terrifying Jobs.
Bull Rider, take 2.
Today, we're talking with Clifford Maxwell, a rodeo bullfighter. His job? Distract raging bulls from going after thrown riders.
Cliff, this seems like a really terrifying job. Why do you do it?
I love protecting the bull riders when they get bucked up.
How big are these bulls?
12 to 2,200 pounds of pure muscle.
You're not cowed by any of this, obviously. Is there anything that scares you?
Yeah. Distracted drivers terrify me.
This message is brought to you by ADOT, and this station.
If you're age 62 or older and own a home, this message is for you. Reverse Rob here, Money Radio's expert on reverse mortgages. Learn how to tap the equity in your home and increase the quality of your life by earning tax-free income while protecting your other retirement assets. Join us for our free Second Saturdays webinar every month to learn more. This is not too good to be true. All you need to do is reverse your thinking. Call me today, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
1580 The Fanatic.
Today, the Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Boy, are we running behind. Fed fan text in says, Jeffrey, where are you going with that teaser? Well, here's where I'm going with that. King of Kittens texted in, and he's very desperate that I read this text because he's texted in a bunch of times. He says, hey, Fed fan, would you like to go to the game on Saturday night? I hear the arena's very nice. Meet there just as friends. I'll buy you a Pepsi because I'm pretty sure they don't have beer. But if you would like to go to the game, I guess I'd like to sit next to you. So there you go. King Kittens shooting a shot with Fed fan as friends to watch the GCU game. So
how about that, huh?
We'll see what Fed fan has to say. But right now it's time for Keon Rose's 4 downs, 4th down on the hot seat. On the hot seat. On the hot seat.
And because it is on the hot seat here on 1580 The Fanatic,
hot seat.
Let's talk about hot seats.
Hot seat.
We are far enough in the season. We have a clear view of which coaches are turning things around, maybe saving their jobs, and which coaches possibly aren't. Which coach is the most on the hot seat to you?
Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell, good choice.
Hadn't won a game. Hasn't won a game. And he cried on TV. So he started out saying, oh, we're going to bite their kneecaps. And then later comes back, okay, we're done. Bye-bye.
And the roller coaster ride with Dan Campbell, that is Jared Goff is my quarterback. And then the next week, Jared Goff, it's all his fault.
Yep.
Oh, no, Tim Boyle was my starting quarterback. What did I say about Jared Goff? I'm not sure I remember. He's good. Randy, what about you?
Who could be on the hot seat?
On the hot seat.
McDermott for the Buffalo Bills. They went from a contending team.
That's good.
To a very questionable team.
Good, but I don't know if
he's on the hot seat.
I feel like that's a warm seat because, boy, that's good. Why you got to pick on the Irish guy, by the way? Clearly, an Irish guy. If you've ever seen one,
I didn't take a survey before I made my decision.
He's either, he is just about one little piece of melanoma away from being a Make-A-Wish. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
And you guys say I'm dark.
That guy, can we get him a hat that fits so it doesn't look so sad?
I would have to, I'm staying with McDermott with the Buffalo Bills. And listen, and I say this with all due respect. I respect the guy. He took the team. He made them into a contender. But what the hell has happened this year? You scored, 9 points against Jacksonville? Really? You scored 9 points against Jacksonville? Come on, man.
All right. So who's on your hot seat, Keon?
I'm very tempted to say Matt Nagy, but I feel like that's way too easy. I'm going to go Matt Rule with the Panthers.
The smart.
Yeah, I mean, he came in, he had a ton of expectations. The idea that this team was going to be a better team because They finally had a quarterback who could make plays, and it was Sam Darnold. Well, that backfired and turned out to be an awful idea. But don't worry, because we're digging in the scrap heap here. Oh, look, we found another quarterback who can make plays, and his name is Cam Newton. No, that's not working. And of course, Christian McCaffrey being in and out of the lineup. But this team has a really good defense, and this defense seems to not be able to show up on a weekly basis. I put that on the head coach. That's just the fact of the matter. That's your strength, and you can't seem to corral it. And of course, Matt Rule is brought in because he's an offensive guy. Can't really scheme anything up either. And he's got talented wide receivers, so that's not the problem. Quarterback is part of it, but Matt Rule not being able to find ways to get his receivers open downfield is a much bigger issue, as far as I'm concerned.
There you go. Keon Rose, 4 downs. How do we end this thing?
No, that's it.
And that was 4 downs with Keon Rose
on the hot seat. No, I mean, Keon's on the hot seat. Fed Fan has answered. She says to King of Kittens, as friends, sure. Oh, she said yes. She said yes.
Oh, boy.
However, I'm not vaccinated. Do you have to have the jab to go to the GCU games? Does King of Kittens realize I'm 58 years old? I'm an old fart. Does he know that? Well, he does now. I don't know. Do you have to be vaccinated to go to the GCU games? I don't know. Somebody better look that up online and see if that's a thing. And maybe you just wear a mask. I don't know. Big Stanky says, hey guys, been a hell of a day. Last week I got the old bleep can. Then today I got into a wreck door dashing. Then I got a crazy order that got canceled. So I had a bunch of soup. I just gave it to a homeless person. That's really
good for you.
Very cool of you, Big Stanky. Sorry about your job and all that stuff. Yeah. Hang in there. It sounds like you're a man who knows that none of us, not one single one of us, is above working any job. You got to do what you got to do to make that money and take care of business. So much respect to you, Big Stanky 87, and even more respect for turning a negative into a positive for somebody out there and giving that soup to a homeless person. Well done, my friend. King Kitten says, awesome. That's okay with me. All right. Somebody please look up and see if she can go in the game. I'm sure she'll have to wear a mask or something. I don't know. Baker's Cocky Hymns says, now Keon is throwing us listeners under the bus. Your football team already took my money last night, Keon.
I'm sorry. Who did I throw under the bus?
Everybody who calls in and you say that they take too long on the phone.
I never said anyone took too long on the phone.
You said everybody does it to you. You implied it.
You implied it.
You implied it. I caught that too.
I'm sorry, I don't know what I implied.
You know you did. Billy from Phoenix says, tell Big Stanky that the Fanatic is accepting resumes for salesmen.
Yeah. Yep, well, we are.
If that's his bag, yeah.
Big Stanky, you're welcome if you want to.
Let's see. Random texter says, attaboy, Keon. And Jeffrey, you're not going to believe what I just saw. I'm riding passenger in a vehicle right now, and I just saw somebody with both hands on their phone while driving, doing 75 miles an hour on 303. They're driving a Hertz. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
We have a listener who's a Hertz driver? Okay, when you say Hertz, you mean like with the dead guy in the back Hertz or Hertz rental?
No, I believe the other one is a hearse.
Oh, hearse. Well, random texter, voice text.
Okay.
King of Kitten says, last year was masks, but yeah, bring a mask. Big George, yeah, I'm getting there. Calm down.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. I'm on the GCU athletics website, and they have a bunch of guidelines for the stadium. I'm not seeing anything about being vaccinated, though.
Cowboy Sparky says, who brought the sauce? Who made the sauce? I am the sauce, Jeffrey.
Who brought the sauce?
I brought the sauce.
Yeah.
Did you miss how I said I hate that? Hefty Lefty says, a sous vide is cooking things in vacuum sealed bag in a water bath that's kept at a constant temperature, so it's impossible to overcook it. Once it's out of the bag, you flash sear the meat on a pan or grill to caramelize the outside flesh. That's right. Yeah. Why would I just turn on the grill? I mean, seems like, I don't know.
Before the radio station, I worked on a show called Sous Vide.
Oh, did you really?
Mm-hmm.
You're kidding with Vanessa.
Yeah.
Do you know Vanessa was at one time a co-host on this show?
I did not know that. And Vanessa probably would not remember me now.
And she probably would never admit to being on this show either.
That's probably true. My good friend Joe Zezueta. I think he's still the producer of that show.
I had no idea you did that. Cool. How funny. Small world. Wouldn't want to mow it. All right. It is time now, ladies and gentlemen, for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1987, Bo Jackson, having hit 22 home runs with the Kansas City Royals just a few months before, set the Los Angeles Raiders single-game rushing record for 221 yards, including a 91-yard Timco Bowl run past Brian Bosworth, amongst his 3 touchdowns on the day. Los Angeles defeated the Seahawks 37-14. Bo Jackson's greatest day in the NFL.
Yeah,
there you go.
It's the day that Bo met what's his name?
The Boz.
The Boz. Bo makes the Boz.
I feel like Boz met Bo a little bit more than the other way around. But
well, he did. Bo did run over the Boz. So.
Keon, keep an eye on the phone because Keon Kitten says he's going to call. Evidently, he didn't get enough time with you.
Okay.
He's trying to figure out how to give FedFan his phone number. I don't. It's not like we have it. Well, I guess we do, but she has to agree to give it to you. So there you go. All right. We didn't, we're running out of time here. Let's talk quickly about GCU beating Loyola Marymount last night, 78-72. Notes, comments on the game, Keon?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of a slow start for the Lopes, but they got things going in the second half and absolutely punished them. Holland Woods, the second. That guy's awesome.
24 points for Holland.
Yeah. I mean, when he's out there playing well, that is a dangerous basketball team.
Yeah, Loyola did give a fight. They actually had the lead there for a while, then came back later in the second half, and it went back and forth for a bit there too. But in the end, it was all GCU. But still, 78-72 is not a blowout. That's a respectable game.
Yeah, respectable game. And the Lopes had to rally from behind, but they were able to pull off the comeback. They were making their shots late, and that's the kind of team that you think they can be come tournament time.
FedFan says, I went to a Diamondbacks game with Charlie Boy when he won those tickets. I'm doing really well with this show.
The blender bump.
There you go, FedFan. All right, guys, we must take break. We'll figure out a way to connect you crazy kids later, and we'll see you guys tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
AZ Preps 365 is your headquarters for all things